Testing, testing. Can everybody hear me? Well, hopefully you guys can hear me because the stream is started.
You got caged.
Yo, 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 it's your boy Combo Heaven coming at you with some godlike gaming. So today we are going to be mastering Sub-Zero Janet, and I believe we're going to have a high-level Sub-Zero player guest starring in this stream just to make things a bit more fun and interesting. If you guys are just coming in from the Johnny Cage video, I love and appreciate you for giving that video so much love. I put a lot of time into it, and please understand that that Johnny Cage combo movie was just the first of many. There will be at least four, no, six other videos just like the Johnny Cage video you just saw coming in the very near future. But in the meantime, we're going to be focusing on Sub-Zero Janet, which is a really strong team. And featuring will be, who is it going to be? Today it'll be Mr. AP Chem, also known as the fifth derivative, also known as the Sub-Zero scientist, also known as the something something glaciologist. I don't know too much about all of his nicknames, but you know him by one of those things. And I'm also planning on getting Tom Brady, Foxy Grandpa, and Sikander for another Sub-Zero stream in the near future. So stay tuned for that. So before I go online, let's just do a little execution check.
You got caged.
Yep. That link is still annoying. This is better.
Superstar.
Looks good to me. Now let's test out this new
You
combo.
got caged.
That's not good. But I'm beginning to understand how it works.
You got caged.
Do I have a sub-tremor guide? Actually, Alski, I do. So if you go to a playlist called Combo Heaven Guides or Combo Guides, you'll see a combo guide titled Sub-Zero Advanced Combo Guide. It's the one that's an hour and 47 minutes long. In that combo guide specifically, I do chapters for every single cameo in the game, and there's a chapter dedicated to Sub-Zero Tremor. All of the setups that you see for Sub-Zero Tremor in that guide are still applicable today. If you want, I can do a quick little showcase while I'm waiting because Mr. AP Chem is not here yet. Where is he? Yeah, right here. This team, Tremor recently got buffed, but the buffs honestly do nothing for Sub-Tremor. So with Sub-Tremor, you're doing this. When is the Shang movie coming out? So it was originally supposed to be March 29th until I realized there was a calendar error. I thought the 29th was supposed to be at the end of the week, but it turns out that was a Saturday. So the Shang Tsung combo movie is coming out on March 30th, which I believe is Sunday. If it's not Sunday, then it's Monday. I'm bad with timetables. No. The 30th is on a Sunday. So yeah, the Shang video is coming out this Sunday, so make sure you're there for that. But please stay tuned for this guy. So, oh, that comes out faster. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. They also put some damage scaling on it, but that's alright. So this is basically the only thing that really exists with Sub-Tremor. There's also this, so... Wait, wrong move. So it's something like... So that's an overhead. So the idea is it's supposed to be a hard to block move. So let me try again. I don't know. Sub-Tremor is kind of a whatever team for me. There might be more, but that's all I've ever managed to make work. But don't worry, because Sub-Tremor is not the focus of this video. God forbid. We're on this game.
You got caged. You got caged.
Too slow.
You got caged.
Yes. far away.
You got caged.
Why did it hit on the same frame? Really?
You got caged. You got caged. You got caged.
Okay, so
You got caged.
okay. Let me read this chat because I don't want to be a lazy live streamer. Rocks for socks. Thank you for asking. All is. Come on, let me get this execution right.
You got caged.
Have you tried Sub Madam Bo yet? Sub Madam Bo is kind of a weird team. So the thing with Madam Bo is, I don't know, there's just not enough utility for what you get off of these drinks. So what you would do is that you would get a hit confirm, right? But you can't get a combo. Get a drink, but you can't get your overhead. So the team falls apart. That's what I don't like. So you could do this. Wait, no, you would do that as vapors. Wait, hold on. Too far away. Too far away. But I still don't get my combo. So that's where this team falls apart. Sub-Zero just can't freeze you for long enough. This takes too much recovery. And what you get is not that great. You get a dash cancel, but it costs a bar of meter. And the damage scales. It's like Deadly Vapor scaling. So I don't really care for this team. It's non-existent for Sub-Zero, to be completely honest with you. I mean, this is kind of a thing, but the angle is weird. You have to do it precognitively like that, and then the execution is weird. I don't know. Sub Madam Bo isn't a team. Can I go back to Janet now, please? Have you done a Cyrax combo video yet? Quindel Ferrum. I did do a Cyrax combo video. So if you go to my YouTube playlist, you'll find a YouTube playlist titled Combo Videos for All Characters. If you scroll down, you will eventually find a Cyrax combo video. I haven't made a sequel because she's a newer character, and I haven't found any new combos for her yet. And as soon as I do, I'll make a new video. I also need to be in the mood to play her because I honestly do not care for the way she was designed, but you know, there is a Cyrax combo video. It exists.
You got caged. You got caged. You got caged.
Could you do Havoc? Red Phantom 93. I also did an updated Havoc combo video. So this is going to be a running theme. Whenever you guys ask me if I did a character, I promise you I've already done them before. Hell, I've made most sequels at this point. So once again, you would go to the playlist called Combo Videos for All Characters, scroll down, and you're going to find an updated Havoc video, and you're also going to find an old Havoc video. You're going to want to watch the newer one that has the crown he got from Chaos Reigns. That's the updated video. It's about 8 minutes of Havoc and then 16 minutes of a different character as a surprise. And that is the updated Havoc video because there are no new combos. Like everything you saw in that video from... So if you saw a video that was supposed to premiere on Halloween of last year, that was the updated Havoc video. I haven't found anything new with him yet. There is nothing new with him. Like that's all that. Oh, then Red Phantom, that's literally all there is. So the only thing I could do now is like maybe make a guide for Havoc. But in terms of like combos, that was all he had to give.
You got caged.
I know this will come as a shock to people, but sometimes the main reason I don't update a character is simply because there's nothing more for the character to give. Usually, if there is more for a character to give, I will make another video. That's why Sub-Zero gets so many different videos, because he'll constantly get buffed, or new team or tech will be discovered. So that's why you get so many Sub-Zero videos and not quite that many Havoc videos, because he got buffed crazy good once, and then they left him alone.
You got caged. You got caged.
Is AP Chem ready? Because I'm getting annoyed with these mid-screen combos.
You got caged.
Yeah, I love this team. But back to mid-screen, I do need to get these execution on point.
You got caged.
Oh my god.
You got caged. You got caged.
Why? This is supposed to be easy or something.
You got caged. You got caged.
I don't get it. Am I supposed to wait? No, if I wait, it just drops.
You got caged.
Yeah, I don't like this method. I'm gonna go with mine. Okay, so I just need to micro dash. And then I can do it my way. Yep, if I micro dash, I can do it my way. See, okay, so the key to getting this mid-screen combo is to wait for that sweet spot when Scorpion falls just into place. Right there, that's your sweet spot. But you also need to make sure you dash up, because the range of standing 4 is carrying you here. If it weren't for standing 4's range, I don't think this combo would be possible. And then still, it can be weird. Maybe I'm doing it too late. What happened? There was a sweet spot. I lost the sweet spot. And if I dash forward, so like this. Oh, no, I stand corrected, so I can dash up. Okay, so this changes things. If my movement is on point, I think I can just dash every time. Ooh, I could get something done there. That's interesting. So if I do the ice clone early, I could let them fall down to the ground. So let's say I have Janet here. I let them fall straight up. That might be something. So let's play around with this. Whoops. Oh, so if I just let them fall before I dash, I can get away with everything. So that's what I do. Okay. Okay, I see what I'm doing here. And I think I got the execution consistent. So let's focus. So let's get the combo first before I try to mess around with set play. Ooh, that link is tough, but I know I can land it. So let's try again. Nerf Serena? Kenny Latour, we need to have a conversation here. Serena is too basic to be nerfed. No. I don't think anything should be nerfed. All right, guys. Mr. AP Chem is ready. Sorry, every single time I dedicate a character, I change their things. I recently did a Johnny video, so obviously I changed it to Johnny, but we're gonna go ahead and fix that. Sub-Zero Supremacy. Yep. We're gonna rock this today. This is also looks pretty good, but this is what we're gonna rock. Cooked Oreo. Nice to see you. 43 peeps. Okay, the people that just watched the Johnny Cage video came in because we were literally sitting at like 22 seconds ago. He should be online, so I'm just gonna scroll through and find him, and I can't see him. Just great. Maybe he's on his PlayStation. Nope, he's just not here. I guess I gotta wait a second or two. Maybe I overlooked him. Nope, he's just not here. Okay, while I wait... Oh wait, he just added me. Well, no. I thought you accept with L2. Do it again. Okay, so... What? Why is it mixing up? Why are my controls bugged today? No, wait, it's not bugged. I forgot I inverted the controls. Okay, so this time I'm going to press R3. Even though the game says press L3, I think I need to press R3 because I inverted the controls. Yep, and now it's working. I forgot. So guys, when you have a broken controller and it's because of stick drift, one band-aid over a severed leg you could try is inverting your controls and make your R3 or L3. That way the stick doesn't interrupt whatever you're doing and you can continue to play fighting games. Of course, this is a poor man's excuse for just getting a new controller when they get stick drift. Now, do I technically have $60 at my disposal to get a new controller? Yes, of course I do. Do I want to spend $60 on a new controller that isn't 100% totaled? No, I do not. I feel like that's stupid. I'm sorry. It's going to have to be decimated before I just get a new controller. It just has to be. I realize I'm walking down an inevitable path, but it's a path I choose to walk on. Also, when it comes to spending money on useless things, there's never a right time. Did I? Oh, you started it.
Oh, Janet Cage. What's going on?
Was that an accident? Because
What?
was the Discord call an accident? Because I'm gonna have to keep my mic on because I'm streaming through my console.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, we can get off of here. I just wanted to make sure you could hear me.
Oh yeah, I could have heard. I heard you the whole time, like through our mics.
All right, then off of this then. All right, cool. There we go. What's going on?
All right, guys. So apparently, when I said who was coming, you had no idea who I was talking about because you guys live under a rock or something, or you guys aren't true Sub-Zero mains. But this is Mr. AP Chem, also known as your boy Bowie, or the Sub-Zero scientist. He's been the main person coming up with tech for this character, whereas everybody else kind of just gave up, including Sikander for a while until he didn't. But that's the thing with Sub-Zero players. We kind of just give up until we don't.
Shit. We don't give up on Sub, because I've been playing Sub-Zero since the damn, the 90s. Now, I ain't gonna never stop doing that.
Funny you should speak of 90s, because we literally just got done premiering a very 90s throwback video I just premiered. Like, have you seen the movie Bloodsport?
Yes.
Oh my god. Then you're definitely going to want to check out the Johnny video after this session is over, because there was just so much blood sport in it.
Okay, excellent. I'll make sure I do that. So I want to see this combo.
Alright, so this is 50. This is basically 50. And it's relatively easy to do, so... And I dropped it.
You did the kick. Interesting. Okay.
I fucked it up. There's actually a lot of minor things that you need to do, but the combo's like overall
Right, like
easy.
moving, dashing,
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, you gotta micro dash because you don't want to be too far. And you kind of want to wait to dash, otherwise what you just saw happen, where
Right.
there's just little things. But these are things that an experienced sub-zero player can do in their sleep. I'm not an experienced sub player. I recently decided to main him after they nerfed Katana to the ground. Now I can't use my favorite team for her.
Damn. So, if you don't mind me asking, what exactly did they do to Katana? Because I heard that she got
They
nerfed, but I'm
killed
not
the
exactly
damage
sure.
scaling on her fan launcher. So her combos that used to do like 58%, they don't even do 40% now. They actually damage nerfed her worse than they did Sub-Zero in the beta. Sub-Zero was hurt less. So yeah, she's kind of just done. The only people who are still playing Katana are hardcore Katana players or zoners. The people who are using her as a zoner, even though she's not even really a zoner in the first place. So me,
Nah,
I had to, and not to mention all the love I keep getting from the sub community. It was just hella easy for me to just be like, you know, I'm just gonna main Sub-Zero now. Even though my problem with sub was I'm not the type of person that could play sub because I'm not very patient. But now I kind of don't have a choice.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, I
listen,
think I got it this time.
we're happy to have a combo artist.
50% into set play. I did technically spend 2 bars here, and Janet comes back. And here's the thing, I did technically spend 2 bars, but that combo is so long that you build a bar of meter during the combo. You build a bar. So if you have a bar to spend, you'll build another bar during the combo, which means this other thing, this is kind of guaranteed. If you had a bar to begin with, you'll probably be able to get that. So you can literally go into 50% into set play, or you can just finish the combo without doing this, and then you'll get 51 or like 52.
Do that shit again. That shit is fire. I want to see it again.
Okay, no! This is very new. I literally, like, just made this up, actually. Like, when I was telling you I found new tech, I was actually bluffing, and I was just like, well, I better find some new tech. But it turns out I did. You'd be surprised how often I do that. I'll just bluff and say I found something crazy, but then I actually do find something crazy.
That's funny as fuck.
No. Hold on, I
That's
gotta...
the only problem. I want combos that are certified and easy as fuck to hit, no matter what the conditions is.
No! There we go. Oh, there it is.
To that bitch.
Yeah, you got hope for a second. It's like, oh, maybe. No. Yep. Yep. And there's another bar.
And she came back. Jesus.
And she's back again.
Back again. Get the fuck out of here. That's
You just took 140% damage.
That's cooking. That's cooking right there. I like that. So let me see. Cause what the hell was I doing? So
just try to combo. Ooh, why are you using vapors?
I don't know how that was a reflex.
Understudy.
That's what I be doing.
That's interesting. See, my problem with that is that because it's mid-screen, I'm just gonna run away, and then I'm not sure what
Right.
that guy was supposed to send. Oh, Valorant Executioner, you are so right. Okay, so the funniest thing happened. So when I uploaded a video before I uploaded the Johnny video, it was like a video challenging Sonic Fox to some combos, right? And randomly, one of the viewers just said, "Hey, if you upload a Johnny video, I'll cash app you $100." And he said it with a straight face, so it's like, okay, let me just do this and see what happens. Now, obviously, I have zero expectations, but the person in the chat saying that now lets me know that I'm not the only person that knows that happened. So I'm probably gonna pin that.
Okay.
Because I also looked through the viewer's history. That guy has actually donated to me a few times in small increments, so he may have not actually been lying.
Oh, so he might really do it for real. Okay.
Yes, I'm just curious. If it looks like I'm moving, I'm not. My controller is fucked.
Oh, that's
I
your
think
controller
both of my
trick?
sticks are a little bit cooked. My right stick is a little bit less cooked than my left stick, but both of my sticks are
Oh,
cooked at this
God.
point. I really am just gonna have to get a
You
new
need to
controller.
take that bitch apart and remove the
Honestly,
sticks
if I
off
do
the-
get that $100, I think I am just gonna go ahead and just buy a new controller because that's like
Yeah.
that would be the most convenient thing to be doing.
Yeah, that's the best thing you could do, because goddamn. Yeah, that's kind of wild right there. But
I don't even
So,
know how
let
it
me try to
happens
do
because I
your-
main fighting games and I never use the sticks. How do the sticks get broken? Does it just happen?
Understudy.
Is it an intentional design flaw?
oh shit. Yeah.
Oh god, that might actually be an intentional design flaw, so people have to get more controllers. That's actually disgusting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's sort of the way that companies operate now. Like they make their shits. I think the term is planned obsolescence.
Understudy.
See, I forgot you were a professor and some shit. Like, you'll use words I've only ever heard once. And it's like, am I back to my theoretical physics class? That was actually a class I took in my freshman year of college for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking. I learned nothing.
Physics is fun though. Physics is fun.
It was theoretical physics. It's theory. It was basically a conspiracy theory class.
So I gotta. All right. So when I jump up, I have to hold the. Yeah.
Yeah, but you never
I'm not
really
used to
let
holding
go
Janet and doing
until
the
you're
kick
ready
out.
to use it. That's the thing
Yeah.
that kills me with Janet, actually, when I was first getting used to her, constantly holding her, but I just got used to it over time.
Oh,
So
shit.
you want to let go, and so here's what you do here. So you do the jumping 1-2, you let go and press circle while you're still in recovery, so that way you don't accidentally do a jump kick or something stupid.
Right. Yeah,
Now once you do that, the hard part is over, I think.
Right.
Wait, no, then you're doing standing 4-inch slide. That might also be a little annoying for you. Like, it's easy
Yeah.
for me, but it's just because I've gotten used to Janet, and I use even more complicated Janet teams. Like, I don't know if you ever saw my stream with Akuuso where we were going over T1000 Janet. That team is a whole new level of disgusting. It's basically this, but meterless.
Lord hell.
Understudy.
God damn it.
So you definitely want to wait a little bit. Take your time. Let yourself recover freely. I wish I could come up with an easier variation of it, but I think the version I did was as easy as it could get.
Understudy.
In fact, I don't even think I showed the version where you just go for the damage. That one might even still be relatively hard. Because I think you need to delay that last standing 4 again.
Right.
Understudy.
All right. Let me try. I'm gonna try mine, because what I do is I do stand 4 in a slide, and it puts me closer. That way you ain't got to sit there and dash up afterwards. So I'll try that and see.
Understudy.
Oh yeah, you could definitely like create something. Oh, that's interesting. But see, then your new problem is now if you do standing 4 as soon as possible, you gotta wait a little bit because she has T-Rex legs for some reason.
Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. That was interesting.
Understudy.
Oh, that was my regular shit. My bad.
Understudy.
God damn it.
Okay, I think I have something. So let's try your concept, but let's mess with it a little bit. Whoops.
See, but you don't move up. Just stay where you're at after you slide. There you go.
So that was actually supposed to be this move. So what is it again? That's a low. So what I was actually trying to do was this. How hard to block the
Oh,
move?
like, oh, that's nice.
So let me try it again. It's a safe jump. That was supposed to be a tough blockable. Oh, my clone? I don't get my clone back yet. See, that's where this.
No,
that's
you
where that
don't.
falls apart. But
Right,
you almost
that's-
get it back. Like you just barely don't get it back. I don't know what it is.
Well, the problem is, like we did, like you talked about when we played. When you use the clone, you gotta wait a long ass time for it to come back.
It used to be 5 seconds,
so-
but now it's 6 seconds. I
Yeah.
felt like that was a pointless thing for them to do. They gave you the best buff you could possibly get to Ice Clone without actually cracking it, but they gave you one little, what's what I'm looking for? Fine print.
Understudy.
Keep doing it too early.
So maybe a hard blockable probably isn't even the right option here. Well, I guess you could do it anyway, but just not go into Ice Clone. But that's just not very satisfying. Because what if you could go into Ice Clone and then you can do another set play chain?
Possibly. Well, here's the thing. You want to be as conservative with Ice Clone as possible. Like, you really want to use it either for deliberately for that setup, or you're using it very intentionally in the neutral. Like maybe you're gonna do clone and then call out the up Janet afterwards, bruh.
That's what I love about the flowchart of you call the tech the heavenly strike. Oh, that's this thing that Foxy Grandpa was telling you about, right?
Yeah.
Where you do that and mess around with the wall. I don't think
Right.
that's necessarily what he meant, but I could be wrong. I might not know what I'm talking about. But I think
Well, this
they
will be
were
the way to set it up because, you know, trying to throw this move out in the neutral is going to be mad difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
So
what they
it's
meant
better
was
if
this. So you would do something like, or this, and then you could then start throwing this out, and then try to get this from mid screen. Yeah, like that. So I think that's what he was actually talking about, which is actually that might be good. I'm not sure actually,
Well,
because
he
here's
plays
the thing
a
with the wall.
defensive
That wall will
play
block
style,
pretty much
so-
anything. Yeah. It'll block pokes. It'll block strings that have a lot of range. So let's say you're fighting Homelander, because the Homelander matchup is kind of like garbage up close for Sub-Zero. So I would do this, and then I think Homelander can't check me, and if they know I could do that, then I can get away with this, and then I can also do random slide, and then get
Right.
good damage. I don't know.
Possibly.
But that's what Foxy Grandpa was getting on, and that could be viable. Thing is, though, and this is, I guess, the bad thing about Janet, it doesn't flowchart very well, because the wall has good recovery. Honestly, the recharge rate of Janet is very good in general, maybe even great, but it's not great enough based on how fast you're going to get your hit. So when you're doing tech like that, you're going to get your hit almost immediately after, theoretically, but then Janet Sento isn't ready. So, I don't know. I feel like Sub Janet just isn't methodical enough for you to want to do this tech, and then also use the mid-screen Genjitoms. I feel like you would just do one or the other.
You got to choose. Yeah, you definitely have to make the deliberate choice between one thing or another. And you would modify it based on, you know, who you're fighting in the match, because obviously if you're fighting somebody up close, you're probably normally not going to use this all that much. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be out here controlling space, shit like that, cloning. You know what I mean? So if you're like fighting a Quan Chi, you're not going to be out here doing this and putting up the wall and all this.
Yeah, that would
bullshit
just be a waste of
necessarily.
time. Your best option
Right.
against Quan is just random slide, to be completely honest. That or
Well,
block all
I'll
day.
never endorse no random nothing with Sub-Zero. Like, the thing about Sub-Zero that people got to understand is that he's a thinking man's character. He's a patient character, very deliberate. Every step he takes.
I think this is something that a lot of sub players need to accept, because they'll straight up say a team isn't viable because you can't be hyper aggressive pressure. Let's make one thing clear: Sub Cyrex is the only hyper aggressive pressure team Sub-Zero has ever had. Not even Sub Chameleon was hyper aggressive pressure. It was real mixed as like a consolation prize to what is an otherwise very neutral heavy team.
Yes. Well, Sub-Zero's a neutral heavy character, period. Because, truth be told, that's not a Sub-Zero Cyrax playstyle. That's a Sikander playstyle. Sikander's
exactly. Like, people are just forgotten what MK11 Sub-Zero was like. That's why people love Sub-Cyrax. And maybe Cyrax is Sub-Zero's best cameo, but it's definitely not Sub-Zero's most compatible cameo, because you have no safety or utility. You live and die by random slide. Well, it's not random slide, but you know what I mean. Like, people don't realize how many opportunities a lot of these players had to just kill Sikander here, simply because they have the inability to play patient. That's why I think a lot of people will underestimate what you could actually do with these sub-teams, because they'll say, oh, you'll never land this Sub-Zero Janet combo in tournament because you have no way to open them up. You have no way to open people up with Sub-Zero in general anyway, but we're doing it somehow. So what are we doing to ourselves?
Let me say this. Let me counteract that point, because I know you're not advocating this, but I've heard that same shit. I'm like, motherfucker, Sub-Zero hits people from here. What do you need to open people up for?
Exactly. You play footsies, you play neutral. That's how you open people up. You're not a mix of characters. This isn't 19 frames. So stop acting like it is. If you want to open people up, play Sub-Pharah. But even that team is kind of weird. Right. Honestly, that team might be better than we give that team credit for, because that is one of the few teams where you can actually open people up. Because even with Chameleon, yes, the Melina mix is real, but you're really living and dying by it now. Like, they made that hella easy to punish. And then the cameo's getting hit on top of that, so you're not even going to be able to break the combo afterwards. It's all risk.
Right.
For very little reward, because Sub-Zero Chameleon is now one of Sub-Zero's more damaging teams. Here's the thing. You can never open people up and be safe at the same time. There's not a single cameo in the world that's going to give Sub-Zero that. There are 60 people watching this stream. Jesus Christ. Thank you guys so much for showing the love and support. So it's like, please just be comfortable with playing defensively and neutral. If you're not somebody that's really good at mid-ranging people, you just shouldn't be playing Sub-Zero. And I'll say this, and there are like players I respect saying shit like this. It's not just random Sub-Zero scrubs. Like, I've seen Can't Stop the Train say something like this before, which is weird. Honestly, Can't Stop the Train's philosophy versus the way he plays is kind of perplexing. He'll say the worst things possible you could say as a sub player, but then he'll play like an absolute Sub-Zero god.
Right. Well, listen. Can't Stop the Train plays the character exactly the way I believe he's supposed to be played. Sub-Zero lives out here in this range. He doesn't live any closer than this right here. This is the maximum closeness that Sub-Zero should be, because that's where down 1 hits from, down 3 hits from, stand 2 hits from. And the overhead. Overhead smacks from out here. Like, you got motherfuckers being
that's another thing. I don't know how viable this is, but I've landed this on, like, pros before.
Yeah. Oh, that right there?
Yeah, and
yeah, it's kind of random.
No, but I've hit that on like a pro Homelander. So I don't know. Yeah, that's also interesting. Yeah, so that's maybe what Foxy was talking about, because what can you do while they're in there? You can't punish it. So yeah, see, I'm starting to see that now, because what can you do, actually? You're not going to be able to teleport in time. You can't armor through, because then you're just gonna... Because what's gonna happen, I think... I wonder what would happen. Would Janet take the hit and then you get frozen by the clone? Or would Janet absorb the hit entirely and then you're right in clone space? Okay, so... Oh, that's so bad. And you just die. I think I could get it like a reaction slide. So let's try it again. You died. And then Janet's right back. Yep.
And this is why we listen to really good tournament players like a Foxy Grandpa, because that young man has sat there and placed in tournaments in literally every NRS
Exactly.
title.
The only reason Foxy
So when
Grandpa
he got
isn't the
something to
best
say,
Sub-Zero is
listen.
because he just doesn't play Sub-Zero like that. But let's not forget what Foxy Grandpa has accomplished in his lifetime. He honestly gives Sonic Fox's discography a run for their money. That's how much
Exactly.
Foxy has achieved.
Him and Sonic Fox are probably the most decorated players in the NRS scene in terms of longevity and like the number of tournament placings in all the different titles. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when Foxy has a tier list, I tend to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's at. That doesn't mean that the man can't be wrong, but it means that if he says, for instance, that Cyrax is bottom tier, which is something I suspected since she came out, I'm like, finally somebody told the goddamn truth about this character. She's stubby as fuck. Her neutral's bad. She can kill you, and she can make it to where you can't play the game, but she ain't got no neutral. And you need neutral in this game, and Sub-Zero's got plenty of that. But you gotta know how to play it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the jeweler was just shouting you out. He said, "Yo, is that Mr.
shout
AP
out to the
Chem?
jeweler.
If so, I love your channel. You are the Sub-Zeroologist." Hold up. I need to go on my phone because I can never see the full
Matter of fact,
messages.
let me go to the stream. Why are you sent? Oh, that's some dumb shit. Hold on, let me go to your
Okay, let's see. Yo, is that Mr.
I want
AP
some
Chem? If
status
so,
shit
I
for
love your
real right
channel,
now.
man. The Sub-Zeroologist in the flesh. Okay, that's the whole sentence. Yo, is that Mr. AP Chem? If so, I love your channel, man. Oh God, I hate my voice.
I appreciate it. I really do because oh snap, that's the outfit I have. That's hilarious.
Wait, but hold on. Let's
I have the mod on.
because what? Why? This might actually. I don't know because that might be game-breaking defensive tech.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, not only does it make the overhead safe, like if a motherfucker try to do something,
It sounds like I'm being pretentious about YouTuber gets YouTuber like these. No. My live streams are usually like not nearly as much. I've been getting a lot more attention in general recently, so all of this reaction is genuine. Like I really appreciate it because honestly, I don't deserve it. I do not
ain't
promote these
lying.
live streams very well. I just
Yes,
put
indeed.
as much effort as possible when I do them.
Appreciate
Okay,
you,
Derek Johnson just
Jackson.
subbed to both of our channels.
Yes, he did. I seen that. Shout out to you, Derek. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. But I do want to reply to Game Untamed. He said Foxy said sub better than Johnny. His word ain't bond. I
I
think
don't
you
think that's
misinterpreted the
exactly what
tier
he
list.
said. I don't think that's
That's
exactly
not
what
what
he
he said
said.
because that tier list is not necessarily based on better or worse. That tier list is based on honest
Matchup chart.
versus less honest. It's not even matchups.
Oh, you're talking about
If
that tweet. Because he also said
it,
that Sub-Zero actually beats Johnny, and I think that's actually kind of true. I've
I
never struggled
agree.
against a
I've
Johnny
been
with this
agreed with that.
character.
Been agreed with that. I've said that since 2003 or not
Hell,
2003.
Sub-Zero also destroys
2023,
Natara. I've
my
never
bad.
struggled against a Natara with this character either, because they honestly have no answer for this. For me to just do this
No, they
randomly.
don't. Well, here's the thing with Natara. You have to play extra patient because, you know, if you whiff anything, she's dive kicking you and you dying. So you
Yeah,
can't
you're
throw this
definitely
shit out all the
just
time.
running Serena and then throwing this out and loading.
Right. If you do those things, you'll just die. But
Yeah, I
shout
win
out
that
to you,
matchup, but I also hate that matchup because I hate matches where I have to play lame. Like I can't even have a little swag. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. You can do the swag, but you got to play lame first. As a matter of fact, Janet might be really good in that particular matchup because we hit like a truck now.
See,
You know
and
what I'm
that's
saying?
I was just about to bring something up about this. So the thing about Clone as it is now, and compared to how it was in like MKX, this was basically like a wall in MKX. Because if you did
Yeah.
anything, you were gonna get hit by it because it was there for longer. And here's another thing: it didn't go away on like blocks. So let's say you activated Clone, then stepped in front of it for some reason, and then you blocked, and then they were blocking your attacks. The Clone is still there, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that was true at first. Then it did go away on block. That was one of the things that Tom Brady was very upset about. I remember that.
Oh yeah, that's why he was cursing out and saying certain words that people with platforms shouldn't be saying on the internet. Or at all, really.
Nah, well, here's the thing. MK Tom Brady was completely correct about, you know, the clone not needing to go away on block because
It still doesn't need that, especially now. Like this in this case specifically, if I spin a bar on this, it shouldn't go away. Frankly, it shouldn't go away on hit. Frankly, this should be basically Katana's down back 3. Because yeah, it lasts for 5 seconds, which is amazing. But but you're telling me you touch me and it just goes away anyway. That's what Janet stops. Because with Janet, you can't touch me now. So now I can actually jump in front of the clone, but still stay behind Janet, and then I can do all sorts of things. Because then I could, throw out Ice Ball, play games, do this with no consequences because they're jumping, and then they're going to jump right into the clone, especially if I spin the bar on the clone. I basically just control their opportunities. Like, and even with a teleport, because now I'm baiting their teleport now, because they're not going to be able to punish what I just did with teleport. So if they do it, they kind of just die now.
I'm just practicing the damn combo.
Oh yeah, you still haven't gotten it yet.
No, I haven't done it yet.
Smash to black.
I still be doing my shit. But I can do it at plenty.
Understudy.
Reprisal made. We don't talk about that.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, he was just asking if Tom Brady was the person that did insert random cancelable thing.
Really? I didn't know nothing about that.
No. I was talking about the N-word thing. That's what I
know. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't know he said that. When he said that?
Remember what I was talking about the Sub-Zero nerfs? He went on a stream and he started complaining about the nerfs. Then one of his friends started trolling him, and then the friend happened to be an alien main, right? So he gets on the game, and then he just starts mimicking his friend, saying everything that the friend was saying to him, word for word. And one of those words happened to be, "Yo, it's the nigga Tom Brady, but nigga." He says it exactly like that. Like, you know that one scene from the Boondocks where it's the teacher explaining how Riley is always saying nigga to the point where the teacher's desensitized to the word? That's how Tom Brady was saying it. I know I should have hated his guts for it, but honestly, it just made me laugh. I mean, obviously that was very stupid, but I don't know, I'm not heartbroken by it. Frankly, Tom Brady has done worse. Like, if that's what turns you off to him, then I think you just haven't done enough research. He's worse. He's definitely done worse.
Yeah.
Hell, Sikander's done worse. Actually, no, Sikander hasn't officially done worse. He's allegedly done worse, and I don't believe in allegeds.
Shit. Yeah, see, that's my main problem. Like, I would love to, like, full-heartedly support Sikander and stuff like that. And
but it's hard to say you like him because the rest of the community straight up hates him, and they don't even hide it anymore. The way people reacted to him going to Veniality is proof.
Right. Well, he doesn't make it easy to love him because
that's another thing, which is why I'm in the same position. The thing is, though, I can kind of come up with like a mental compromise. People have a tendency to be way more forgiving about you mentioning Sikander by name if you're a YouTuber and you're just making content. So I kind of just divorce myself from my own personal opinions, and that makes it easier for certain people who watch my videos to not unsubscribe because I have Sikander's title in a video, because I made a guy that actually mentions Sikander by name, and it's like... Right. Well, it's kind of weird, especially with me...
Know the whole damn truth. You know, the whole truth is he's an amazing player. He's very creative.
But he's immature as hell.
Also very incendiary.
Incendiary is being... hell, like, you went out of your way to find the nicest possible way to use the word. I would just go for immature, because he even calls himself that. And that's the thing that makes it a little bit easier for me to not hate him, because he's self-aware and he doesn't go out of his way to advocate for himself. He'll always, whenever he gets love and attention, he'll always be genuinely shocked, because it's like, I don't ask for that, I don't advocate for that, but I get it anyway. What the hell is going on? I think that's word for word a tweet he made.
Now, let me ask you, do you know how old he is?
He's in his early 20s, actually, or barely in, or maybe his mid-20s.
So that explains everything then.
Yeah, he's barely older than me. I was actually surprised by that.
Y'all some YNs then. That's why. I'm not young. Well, I'm still young, but I'll be 37 in September. So,
Well, you're a guy.
you know what I'm saying?
If the stereotype is true, guys pretty much look the same until they turn 40, and then they kind of just transform into an old person. Or is the number
Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
Maybe that
Well, I ain't
depends on
trying
how
to be
well you
old
take
now.
care of yourself.
Yeah, but it's different. Like your mentality in your mid 30s is different than it is in your early 20s. Like, when you a young man, you know, um,
You really just don't care
you
about
think the
anything. You
world is
think you're
your oyster.
invincible. You're only really focusing
Yeah,
on yourself. You're independent.
right. Oh hell yeah! Well, shout out to Luke Ness Monster. I agree. I would love to collaborate with him and Tom. All the sub players. I
Honestly,
don't give a
and
damn who
this,
you are. I want to
honestly, and I
collaborate with
really
you
hope this
all.
doesn't get clipped and posted on Twitter because this happened to me before. But I'm just gonna say this since we're in the business of just straight up telling the truth. I'm
Yeah.
actually more afraid of losing the support of a certain community than being associated with Sikander. I think I'm more scared of the consequences of outright
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, I enjoy this person's content," than the actual moral dilemma in of itself. Because I feel like
Right.
personally, that moral dilemma is hardly there. It's like, okay, Sikander kind of says things and maybe even believes things that I just straight up don't believe in and might even be objectively
Right.
harmful, but I can personally
Yes.
micro navigate that. I'm more concerned about losing support from other platforms that are just as big as he is because I out loudly say, "Hey, I take inspiration from this guy's content," and it's kind of a
Right.
mess. Hell, I might even just mention this person by name. Like I'm in talks with Sonic Fox and Rewind and Koizi,
Right.
for all sorts of things. And I sometimes get concerned that because I also interact with Sikander, that it could lead to problems because they are very public, especially Sonic Fox specifically. They are very public about the fact that they
Oh
do not
yeah,
like.
absolutely. Well, here's the thing. I'm not. My name is Britt, and I ain't involved in no shit. You dig what I'm saying? That's the way I feel. So, I'm not down to get in between anybody's interpersonal drama. I enjoy Sikander's gameplay. I enjoy his creativity. I wanted him to do the very best that he can do with Sub-Zero because he plays Sub-Zero. But it don't mean I endorse all his viewpoints. As a matter of fact, I don't endorse any kind of phobic viewpoints or statements or anything like that. Not just from him, but from nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a teacher. I have students that, they fit those categories. And what I look like endorsing phobias when I have students that look up to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. I can't do that. So,
Sure, I can take it a
um,
step further. I am very good friends with a lot of people. Hell, one of my best
yeah.
friends
Yeah.
was bullied. Like they were like thrown in a trash can in middle school. So no, like, and that's the
Right.
thing that
That's
annoys me.
real.
I feel like I should be more mad at the fact that Sikander says and does certain things. Because I know if I were to just give that one friend I was just talking about a list of things that he's done, he may or may not
Yeah.
be a little aggravated that I would even make a video mentioning his name. And it's a weird line for me to cross.
Yeah, it's a very strange line. Well, this is where, again, that's why I asked, how young is he? How old is this guy? If he's in his early 20s, when you're young, you are at your most incendiary. You really don't give a damn. You just
Oh,
say
they're talking about
whatever.
corner now. Keep the conversation going. I'm still listening,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna put
Yeah,
this.
yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. Yeah. So, that's when you're at your most incendiary, when you a young man full of piss and vinegar, as the saying goes, and all that kind of stuff. And you know, you're not worried about the impact that you have on people. You're not as
And that's
concerned
the
because you
thing.
haven't
And I
even
guess
been socialized to think like that.
that's where the moral dilemma comes from me. It would be one thing if he didn't really have a platform and he was just like a very private competitive player, but he has a platform, and that's where the whole it's like you can't say I don't endorse a candor and then simultaneously make a video with it because by giving him attention, you're saying that this is like a personality that should be considered, and it's like I'm not saying that, but also because he has a platform, there could be real people in the world that think it's okay for you to say a certain thing, or more importantly, think a certain way. Because it's not about what you say that matters. It's what do you feel, what do you believe, and the things that you'll do based off of those beliefs. And
That's a
that's
good
what
point.
definitely want to avoid. I don't want to be even remotely. I don't want to have blood on my hands if, well, let's say a person who is a Sub-Zero player assaults a person of the LGBTQ community, or maybe take it a step further, they assault a furry. That's really
Now, if
bad.
they're assaulting people, once you start putting your hands on people, now it's like, hey, man, nah.
Like, I
Now
asked myself this
I
question:
can't
what if
rock
that
with
were to
you.
happen? A Sub-Zero enjoyer attacks a furry in a competitive event, or maybe
Nah.
they go all the way and actually try to assault Sonic Fox themselves, or
Yeah, well,
Poisey,
if
or
that
insert
starts happening,
random.
that's when we need to stand up and say, hey, dude was wrong here. That's my guy. He's a sub main like I am, but he was wrong. He shouldn't have attacked them or shouldn't have attacked them. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep your hands to yourself. If you got beef, handle it in the set. Do not sit here and attack people in real life over some Twitter beef, over some or video game stuff. Like, come on, dog. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, but
But
then there's this other opinion. And this is where the autism comes into play, where I just start thinking about everything. Isn't it already too late if somebody gets hurt? Like, haven't we already fucked up in one way or another? Because if we endorse Sikander and then a person goes on and does this, does it really matter if Sikander finally decides to apologize? Especially if the person got more than just hurt. What if they had a weapon? And that's really scary to think about. Because
that's a good
here's what I
point.
will say. I think I'm actually just going to go out of my way and say this. There's one thing that Sikander said that I outwardly not only do not agree with, I outwardly antithesize. He thinks that because you are gay in the NRS community, you have power and influence over how a game is balanced. I do not think.
I remember him saying that, and that was dumb.
Yeah, no matter
That
what you
statement is
think
dumb.
about anything about that, I can tell you one thing as fact. This is the facts. Being gay, does that give you power over anything or anyone? If anything, it just makes you weaker. It just puts a target on your back. And this is why I also don't subscribe to people who hate Sonic Fox because they happen to be gay. Because here's the thing. People think that Sonic Fox is one of those people that makes being gay their quote-unquote her whole personality. No, this is this is literally a social, what's what I'm looking for? A social mechanism. Because here's the thing. Let's say Sonic Fox was very private about his personal life, and the person found out they were gay, and then it made it to Twitter. Guess what? Nobody would ever shut up about it. They would make memes about it. They would do all sorts of this and that, because that has happened. Not just to celebrities in general, but people in the FGC specifically. The world makes it clear that even if you are private and quote-unquote keep your gayness that people allegedly don't care about to yourself, people are going to find out about it and then make a whole big deal out of it. So it's like, what do you do? If people are going to hate me no matter what, why not just be myself?
Just go on ahead and embrace it. Just be out there with it, embrace it, and wear it loud and proud. You may as well, because everyone else does it.
Like, the only mature response you can have to that is, why is it that all these random people on the internet care more about my hypothetical sexuality than I do? That's not fair.
Right.
I might as well just be me. I refuse to let this part of myself be a precipice for hatred. I'd rather embrace that and take their power away from them. It's kind of the whole mentality behind black people slowly starting to not give a shit about people saying the N-word, because by being aggressive about it and not caring about it, it takes the power away from it. I think at one point I had a friend once say, I wish everybody would just say the N-word 1,000 times, so much to where it's lost all meaning. And I kind of see that point, but I think it holds actual validity when it comes to the whole gay agenda thing. And that's why I wholeheartedly do not agree with the whole thing that Sikander said about being gay gives you a position of power over the NRS scene or community, because it's just not true.
Like, it's
Puts
not
target
true.
on your
Well, here's
back.
the thing. It's very parallel to when people talk about the quote gay agenda. I'm like, first and foremost, can we please define what the gay agenda actually is? Is the goal to make more people gay? Is that it, or what? Like,
Yeah, because here's the thing about that. It's not a choice. It's a feeling.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a preference. You wake up one day, you don't know what you are at first. Then you see something and it's like, oh, I like that. You don't get to decide that shit. You don't
Yeah,
get to
and
pick
the thing that people need to realize is that people will feel that way whether they decide to embrace that or not. Like, so what is the whole thing, or don't do it in front of me, or don't do it in the world, or do it behind closed doors, or do it in the dark? Why do you care? But we're getting off topic. We're getting off. I feel like this
Way
is
off
something that
topic.
we could just talk
I
about
just
in
like
private
talking
DMs at
with
this
you.
point. Oh, I do too, but I'm scared that my viewers do not.
I know. Well,
So
let's
one person was
get back
asking
on.
about the corner combos, right? So
Let's find these opties out here.
okay, so
Well, there's at least one person
why
that
did it
enjoys this
freeze
shit
right
out.
there?
Fade out.
Yeah, why is it freezing?
Fade out.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna buffer my attacks or
What's going
something.
on? There we go. Oh, you did a double uppercut. There we
I
go.
messed up. So we're gonna try it again.
Fade out.
Okay. Charge up. Ooh.
I messed that up. Okay, so let me try it one more time. So what I need to do is this. I need to do the uppercut twice. Otherwise, you get more points.
Well, while you comboing, let me talk to the viewers real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but some of them are expressing interest in what we was talking about. So I can really appreciate that. That's dope that you can you have like an audience that talks about, you know, these interesting
Oh, and
topics.
Janet comes back in time. Jesus Christ. So that was a DOD
That's amazing.
off of
That was
this,
amazing as fuck.
and you can also get it off of this, or off the, you know how it works. You can even get off the low.
Right.
Like,
Listen, here's the thing that's been getting me really, really upset concerning Sub-Zero. People are running around saying that this is a bad nerf.
I'm like, I owe you an apology because I was definitely on the bandwagon of this move sucks. I definitely thought that at first because here's my problem with the move. Here's something that's objectively wrong about the move. This serves no purpose. It serves no purpose. It's still def on block.
Not mid-screen. Not mid-screen. I think the one thing that you could do with this is, you know how after you do a damn clone, motherfuckers be jumping up and down and shit? That's where this comes into play, because you can hit them from distance, from behind the clone, and if they're jumping around and they see you doing that, they may not, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, put me in that situation. Let me see if we can play with this. So just put me in the situation we're just talking about. I'm gonna see if I can do it.
So just up and down.
Oh,
So
that
after-
is good. That
try to
actually is
jump.
kind of good.
Yeah.
Okay, try to jump. That's pretty good.
You know what I'm saying? So they see that shit and try to react to it.
But there are some characters that actually can escape. So, for example, Katana, she's out of here.
Well, of course. Well, this is what they do. They be jumping up and down. They be just doing this shit, trying to avoid
Yeah, I know
shit.
what you're talking about. But here's the thing. I feel like it's better for you to just anti-air where you're standing to anyway, because that'll actually stop Katana too. So
No, you're
why are you
right.
going out of your way to do this? The problem
No,
with
the
this
reason
move
why
is that I
you
think this
don't
move
is
was
because
supposed to
you
mean
have to
something. Because here's the problem.
Right.
You can't, like, cancel this. So the moment you do it, the opponent can just
Right.
wait for you to let it go, and then they can kill you. And it's over. That's the problem with this
Right.
move. The charge move is either supposed to be cancelable or it's supposed to be plus on block if you charge it. It's supposed to be one of those moves. But it's not finished. I genuinely
It
think
seems
that this
that
is a
way.
bug, and they didn't finish this move. Because otherwise it just
possible.
wouldn't make it chargeable.
That's interesting.
That's not good enough because, you know, you don't even notice this about it, but when you do this move, it does the thing where the clone doesn't freeze you for as long, just like with
Right.
Frost thing. So, like I said, I feel like the move is just not finished.
Well, it
But when
seems
is that
way.
new? But when is that new? Like NRS has a tendency to just not finish things. You take the good with the bad.
That's true. Well, again, I understand, but here's the thing. I don't want to throw nothing away just because it's not like ideal. You know what
That's
I mean?
another
Like,
thing. There's a chance that this was supposed to be a Kara cancel too. Like, you know how Rain can Kara his back, his forward, his overhead into the grab? Maybe that was what they wanted this move to be.
Possible.
Which could be great,
definitely
actually.
possible.
Because
It's
then that would
possible,
play into
but-
what you were talking about with the ice clone and then this on the Oki, because then you could dash and grab with an enhanced clone, and then that's the freeze. See, that synergy right there, but this move is just objectively not finished. There was supposed to be a reason for that to exist, and there is
Seems
no.
that way. But here's the thing. I mean, notice how, hold on. Like, you can still freeze people from behind the damn clone with this. So if you got motherfuckers jumping around trying to avoid
Hold
the
up,
clone...
I just found out a solution. So I just found a hole. I just think I just found a hole. So put me in the situation again.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on. Okay, that wasn't a reaction. So let me try again. That was a reaction. Yeah, no, this falls
Here's
apart.
the thing, you don't commit to this. You do this on a read. Like, you
On a
notice that the
read.
motherfucker's jumping.
In
that's
that
when you
case,
start
if I'm
doing
just
this shit.
reading you, why am I not just wake up jumping? Why am I just doing jumping 1-2? Like, if we're just reading, dude. Better yet, I could standing for you on a read. So like, I could put you in the enhanced clone, standing for you on a read, and then do this. So what I was actually supposed to be is standing for into slide into the clone, and that gives you 50% actually. That goes into a 50% B&B.
But I want you to notice that you had to get close to me in order to do that. Like, you had to advance on me in order, like, here's the clone. You had to get here in order to kick me. You see what I'm saying? The problem here, you can freeze somebody from all the way back there. So you're like,
no, I just need it to be safe or plus or something. I just need this move to give me something. Because it feels like I could, just use clone push at that point. Just use clone push. Clone push is right there. And in fact, it's better. It's actually better.
You can use both. But what happens is sometimes people will be jumping over the clone push. Sometimes.
Well, the inconsistent hitbox buff makes it to where if you just go straight up, you get hit by the clone anyway. But it's inconsistent. There are some characters where you do that and they do just get hit by the clone, whether they do anything after or not. But then there are some characters that can't just jump straight up for no reason. Is some one of the people that can just jump straight up with no consequences? So Sub-Zero can do that. But if I do a jumping kick, I'm dead here.
Yeah, everyone gets frozen by jump kick. So if they jump kick, they're getting frozen.
I can also jump. I also can do jump too.
Yeah. But that's only if you're stand blocking. If you low block, you can. So low block and then try to do it. So low block gives you a bigger hitbox. So that's.
I mean, call me 2D Capcom old school, but I would not even go out of my way to create different block reactions with certain moves, especially not with a character like this. This is the reason why setup characters don't work in NRS games. This game's too hyper-realistic. There's no consistency. I can never count on anything.
I agree. Well, here's the thing. We used to have a modicum of consistency. Well, let me not even say that, because MK9 wasn't all that consistent, because you had some wild-ass hitboxes.
No, MK9 barely functioned. They had what I like to call consistent bugs that the game never bothered to get rid of. The developers, because there was only ever one patch. So basically, you could just wait for... And they told you ahead of time when the patch was coming. So literally, you could just gatekeep all of your tech, and if they didn't address it in the patch, well, I guess the character's broken forever now. They didn't start rapid patching until MKX. I wouldn't even call it rapid patching. There were maybe 3 patches over the course of MKX's life cycle, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there were like 3 major ones, but there were some other ones as well.
Yeah, MK11 was the first game where they were just rapidly patching moves. And when I say rapidly patching, I mean rapidly nerfing. Search and Destruction. Yeah, there were so many moves that got nerfed just because it gave you combos. Like, Catan had an upward fan toss that gave you MK9 combos that got nerfed to the ground.
I missed that shit. I missed that shit so much.
You were doing that too?
Yes, I was.
We're a match made in heaven. That was the
man, right?
Yeah, I literally mained Katana for that solo reason.
I used to love that shit. Even
they gave a similar move to Kung Lao, and Kung Lao was able to do the same thing, and then they cyber nerfed that. And they nerfed it so quickly that a lot of people were surprised. They didn't even think it was there at all. But it's like, I remember, I have the footage.
Right.
Yeah, MK11, I don't know what they were on. It was like anti-creativity. They wanted it to be a accessible game, I guess. But it wasn't accessible, it was just boring. It was boring to watch. I never wanted to see it. I never wanted to watch a tournament. I don't think I can remember one time I watched a Mortal Kombat 111 tournament, with the exception of EVO 2023. But that's just because I was waiting for the Reptile Guide. Like, MK11 is barely even a fighting game, because it was dangerous. Honestly, if they nerfed the characters one more tier, like if they took the nerfs one step further, it would basically just be Brawlhalla. That's how little individuality characters had in that game.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with MK11 was NRS tried so hard to repudiate all the bad things from MKX.
And all the worst things from Injustice 2.
Right. And they took too much stuff from Injustice 2. They really did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they wanted the game to be hyper defensive because people were annoyed about the zoning in Injustice 2, right? And that's not a bad idea. I like flawless blocking in theory, but I didn't like the way it was applied in practice. Although I'll take the way MK11 did flawless blocking over this one, because flawless blocking may as well not exist in MK1. It serves no purpose other than blocking chip, but you know it's a really good way of negating chip? Being able to take your turn back. Just take the chip. There's only one chip-heavy character in this game.
It can be very useful, because obviously you're negating chip. You're also negating meter build, and then also, you know, with certain moves that used to be safe become negative as hell when you flawless block.
Oh no, not in this game. You might be able to find one needle in a haystack for MK1, but for the most part, flawless blocking does not change frame data at all. If it did, flawless blocking would be worth it. It should do that consistently.
I mean,
because that way,
Melina's top tier. Because you can flawless block her
1-2 thing, and it becomes like minus 15. She's the only character that has that issue. If they took that away from her, she's honestly top 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's definitely utility. That's why they didn't need to kill Cyrax so bad, because it's like, yo, you already said that if you flawless block it, there's no meter build, and there's no chip. So
I feel like flawless blocking should make so many moves deaf. Or better yet, here's a great buff to flawless blocking. Make it to where if you flawless block something, and if you flawless block a string with like a gap in it, it just forces the string to end. So for example, 2-1, you flawless block the standing 2, I can't continue the string. Now, obviously, that sounds ugly, but just think about how many other characters that would change the matchup for. It would also make certain characters stronger because, you know, Johnny Cage, I don't think he has a single gap in any of his strings ever. Or maybe it doesn't have to be a gap thing. Maybe it just affects everything in general. If you flawless block anything, everything just stops short. But then they would have to make flawless blocking harder.
The problem with that is you can flawless block somebody on accident. Like, I don't want no accidental shit to just kill things, like, because somebody could just block at the last moment, flawless block, and now suddenly your block string don't work because somebody's slow at blocking. I don't like the idea of that.
Yeah, that was just something off the top of my head. Okay, this is something I put 2 more seconds of thought into. What if they just brought back a non-armored version of flawless block reversals? Because people hated flawless block reversals in MK11 because the meta eventually just became walk up, do absolutely nothing, and then and it sucks because it was safe on block as well. But if they just made it to where there was no armor and you could bait it and it's def on block, then this could actually be a very good mechanic to counter so many pressure characters. What if you were able to do this to counter hard to blockable? So, for example, the Lao hard to blockable. You could flawless block the jumping one. Ooh, that's another thing. Actually, I don't know if that's true drastic or not. But what if you make it to where if you flawless block hard to blockable mix, it makes it go away? That might be too drastic. I don't know. It depends on if I think the hard to blockable should even exist at all.
Well, I mean, I would want them to be rare. You know, they can exist, but they need to be rare. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can exist, they can
rare.
live, but they...
I wish billionaires were rare. Then maybe our economy wouldn't suck. But that's a story. That's actually a story for when this stream is over.
Exactly. You ain't lying about that. But yeah, them shit should be rare as fuck. That's how you fix that.
Oh, you're not kidding. Our viewers actually are enjoying the conversation because we are still maintaining 50 plus people.
Hell yeah, they're enjoying it. Shout out to everybody. Also, yeah, I see. I'm just reading some of the comments. Somebody mentioned Real Stark. Yeah, he's a Sub-Zero
I
person
love
out there
Real
for
Stark,
sure.
but it's so hard to get in contact with him because he lives in Russia or something, so the time zones are always off. I'm
Oh,
more
damn,
than
he's in
happy.
Russia?
He's somewhere in Europe. I'm more than happy to go out of my way and just not sleep so we can interact, but it would be impossible to do like a live stream because my subscribers would also
You ain't
be
lying.
asleep.
Well, I got bedtime because I got to be up at 5:20 in the morning. Shit.
Well, you're older. See, when it comes to guys, we look the same when we're older, and not 40. But we don't feel the same when we're older and not 40. Sleep actually matters. You don't sleep, you're gonna look it.
That matters. Well, it matters for teaching. Because if you try to teach and your ass groggy, as soon as you sit down, you gonna fall asleep right in front of the kids.
Oh, that's so bad. Let me tell you, I'm actually working on a teaching minor, and I was a substitute teacher for the longest time. I do kind of like the idea of teaching. And one time when I was a substitute, I forgot to get my morning coffee, and I overslept because I was working on a video, and I did fall asleep in front of the kids. I still got paid, but they did tell me to leave. Luckily, it was one of those elementary schools where they didn't have a real building, and it was in a plaza, so it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt my reputation or anything, but that was like very embarrassing. Honestly, they shouldn't have even paid me because that happened like maybe 2 hours into the thing.
Jesus
I guess the reason I got paid is because they didn't bother saying anything until lunch, which for whatever reason, lunch at that school was like an hour before dismissal, so maybe they just felt obligated to pay me.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah. But I didn't look like I was tired, I was just tired.
Right.
And I do not want to be tired in front of students, so I don't know, if I were to commit to teaching as a career, I would probably have to quit YouTube or something.
Well, you'd have to balance it, because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pretty much upload videos on Mondays and maybe Fridays or the weekends.
Yeah, but your videos, and this is with the most amount of respect I could possibly put it, your videos are easy to make, or at least like it's literally pro player guides. The reason I get so pissed when people say why does it take you so long to make a guide is because my guides aren't like the other ones. I'm not like other guides. My guides are highly edited, long as fuck. Yes. Optimal is all hell. Did I mention the long as fuck part? Do you know how? Do people not realize how long that Sub-Zero guide was? That was an hour and 47 minutes long. It was so long that I actually said I'm never making a guide that long again. Right. Literally, like, ever since then, that a single guide has even cracked the 1 hour mark. And that was a deliberate choice. It was an active and conscious choice because it's death. One time, I actually sped run editing a guide. Right? In 5 hours, I made a 38-minute guide. And I was pissed at how well the guy did because there were 2 very specific spelling errors, and I was so mad. After that, I created a new system where basically when I'm at work or at school or I'm on the bus to and from school because I don't believe in driving at my age, I'll just do the script for the guide with text-to-speech on my phone so that I don't make spelling errors, and then I copy and paste that script onto the textiles so that I don't have spelling errors. And another thing I realized is that this actually makes the production process significantly faster. Like, I could genuinely edit a guide in a day now. But it's still tedious as all hell.
Right, this is what I'm saying. Like, you put a lot of effort into making your guides and shit like that. You know,
and once again, this is not taking away anything from you because you get the compensation of just being a really good player that can actually compete with pros. You just choose not to compete. And then, of course, the actual pro players have the excuse of, well, I'm the best at this character, so anyway, I present it as good. I don't have that luxury. I have to prove to people that I know what I'm talking about by putting 110%, saying more than I even have to, going out of my way. Like, people don't know that I'm good at this game. Hell, most people will think that I'm either not good or I'm better than Sonic Fox. That's the duality of my fan base. They either think I'm trash
That
because
is
all I do
very
is make
interesting.
combo videos on the internet, or
Yeah.
I'm better than Sonic Fox because
Nah,
I'm
you
capable of doing a touch of
fucking
death
people
combo
up,
on the
bro.
internet. And,
Trust
like,
me,
I'm
I've
definitely...
played you. You be fucking people up. Like I was keeping my ass away from you because I'm like, I know what that man does. He'll sit there and do a 50% damage combo on me if I do something stupid. I got to chill.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
way I decided to play Sub-Zero, just to not do anything and kind of just let you kill yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I
that's the way you're
sometimes
supposed
messed
to
up at
play
a
it.
Sub-Zero mirror because it's like, okay, they're doing this, maybe I need to be doing this. But no, I really should have just been eating your zoning until you ran out of resources and then slowly started inching towards you. That might have worked out, but
Right.
by the time I figured that out, I was too tired and didn't want to keep playing. And then my controller was messing up on top of that. Oh, let me tell you right now, I definitely need
Yeah.
to get a new controller when it's time for me to go to that to offlines, because I think you do need to bring your own
Yes.
controller to these things. If my
Yes.
controller breaks in an on-stream tournament event, if I
Oh
drop a
no.
high damage combo in front of thousands of people at CEO, I will
Oh
delete
my
my YouTube
god.
channel. I'm not exaggerating. I will delete my YouTube channel because I've
Nah,
already
don't do
hyped
that.
people up. I made a donation goal and
Don't do that.
everything. Like, imagine I
Don't do
make this
that.
donation goal and people actually donate, because that could actually happen. I could meet
Look.
the goal. Then it's like, well, shit. Now I got to go to CEO, and now there are so many people waiting for me to do
Look at
this combo video in real
nah,
match,
don't
and my
do people
controller
for nothing.
bugs in the middle of a 60% combo. And it's against Sonic Fox. I'm about to take a round on Sonic Fox with a high damage combo, and I fuck it up.
Nah,
I have
listen.
nightmares about
Get you a
that.
controller. Get you a new controller. Here's the thing. So, what controller are you using? Is it a dual sense?
Yeah, it's a dual set because I'm on PS5. I wish. How much does it cost to get one of those compatibility things so I could just use the PS4 controller? Like, how much of a dent would that put in
How
my
much
next
is
month
that? Them
paycheck?
shits can be like $40, man. A Brooks
Really?
adapter. Them shits cheap, man.
And it'll
Them
work.
shit. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me make sure that I'm right before I sit there and tell you that shit. I don't want to sell you
Because
no
I still
bill
have
of
PS4
goods.
controllers lying around. And even if I didn't, I
Hold
also
on,
have some I could just borrow from my uncle. Like,
bro.
if it's less expensive than just getting a new controller, I'll buy that tomorrow.
PS5. Let me see. Hold on a second. Yeah, Brooks PS5 and PC Wingman is $59.99 on Amazon.
Okay, so the same price as a new controller. But,
Yeah,
okay, so I'll think about it.
that's the
I'll,
Brookman. But here's the thing. I mean,
But I couldn't do that
hold
in an
on.
offline tournament anyway. They literally would not let me do that. Or if they would,
Nah,
it would be
nah,
hella
nah.
awkward.
Hold on a second. Let me make sure. Because that's the. And then these fools talking about some $28 to $75.
Okay, so the price is all over the place.
Yeah, prices can be all over the place. I would just look around, man. Just look around. Look around. I would have told you to try to get the Razer Ryon, but you can't even get your hands on them shits no more. And if you do, it's gonna be $100 guaranteed.
Ugh. See, I would have to have like 3 PlayStation 4 controllers lying around for that to be worth it.
Yeah,
My
you
friends tell
would.
me to just get a PC, but if I'm being stingy about
Yes.
getting a new controller, you really expect me to be extra not stingy and spend 3K on a PC that's good? Because I'm not about to spend
Yeah.
800 on a PC that's gonna break in 2 months, and then I spend $1,200 to fix
No,
it.
no, no.
I might as
Well,
well
you
just
don't need
spend
to
the
spend no
3K on
damn
a PC that won't
3K.
break at all.
You don't need a three. You don't need to spend no 3K. You can spend half of that and get something pretty fucking decent.
See, I'm scared
Very
of
decent,
decent.
actually.
I'm scared of decent. Decent means it might not break down in the first year. You
No, no,
might
no,
not
no. That's not what
overheat
that
it
means.
by
Decent means
playing Mortal
that
Kombat for too
you're not
long.
going to be able to play stuff at 4K, but you'll play shit at 1440p if you
See,
tune
that's
some
good
settings.
enough because here's the thing with 4K. I don't even think my videos are 4K. I think my shorts are 4K, but only because it takes
Yeah.
50 seconds to render. But I hate rendering things at 4K because
Yeah,
let me
it
tell you
takes a
something right
long
now.
time, don't it?
My autism makes it to where I'm constantly underestimating how long it could take me to edit a video, so I'm always on crunch time. For example,
See, but a
the
better
Johnny
PC
video I
would
just
streamline that
uploaded was like an
process.
hour late. My Johnny video was like no, it was 30 minutes late. So it's like I always underestimate how long it takes for me to do something. I'm always gonna start the last minute. So it's like, nope, I can't do 4K. And then most people can't even tell the difference. I can't even tell the difference. Because it also has to do with what's the one I'm looking for? Congeniality or compatibility. So, for example, if I recorded on PS5 and then I try to convert the PS5 resolution to 4K, it might not convert all the way through. And what renderers will do is that they'll just stop when it starts to look ugly and then go back one space and then do that. So it'll say 4K, but in reality, it might just be 2K and a few extra percentages because that's as far as they can push it without making it look bad. Because sometimes it's not reverse compatible with whatever editor you're using. And I think CapCut is as good as an editor as you can get without spending money, and I'm not about to spend money on an editor. I need to make another $500 a month on YouTube before I start spending money on editors.
Right. Yeah, I get it. I definitely understand it.
Okay, but let's get into the Sub-Zero tech. So we already did this, right?
Charge.
Oh, that was an accident.
Oh shit!
I forgot what I'm supposed to do there. I think it was something like something like that. But that's kind of pointless now because this is the thing. So I need to find a new route now.
Right.
Because these combos are so long, you really need to build that meter. Counter armor. I don't know. I was just making something up. I really only go for that route because I want an easy way to break armor. Obviously, the hard thing is like doing something like. Hold on. Something like that. So like. Yeah, that would be like a better way to break armor, but that's so technical and it wastes more resources and it's boring. And it's on a read anyway.
Also, wouldn't it be better to use low punch rather than high punch?
Oh, well, well, with the low, so the idea here is, so let's put you in a situation like this. So theoretically, the low is going to interrupt you, so you're kind of forced to block it anyway.
Right.
And then what should happen, so let's say you block it all, this should all jail. My controller bugged and it gave me that. It's still doing it. Hold on, let me switch my sticks right now. At this point, I need to trust my left stick now. Maybe that one's less broken
He
now.
soldered the potentiometers from the board.
So the timing is barely there, and then that's so. I guess that's your safe option. I guess that would be your flowchart. You know, if you really don't know, you're going to
using this here. I just do this.
Oh, see, that's another hole. So they could just respect that first part and then armor through this, and then armor through the gap in the back 34. But I don't think they're gonna do that. But I guess you could just do this string instead. But no, because then it's too high.
No, they'll armor it.
I don't know. Whoa, wait, that also has gap, doesn't it? So I guess you would do this. Wait, does this combo in anything? That does work. So maybe. So let's play around with it. Nope, that's not a thing. So I guess you just have to hope they don't armor on reversal, like a smart person. I don't know.
Right.
Realistically, if I'm going for this, I'm just gonna assume you're not gonna armor in the first place. I would sooner just risk it all with the unsafe overhead.
Oh, Lord.
Because you can kind of make it fake safe, so let's say you block here. You didn't block. So I was trying to test the hypothetical blocks. Oh, that's not fake safe at all. That's actually real safe. I didn't think that through.
Yeah.
So you can like block confirm that actually. So let me see. Yeah, that's a block confirm.
Yeah.
Oh, you blocked it?
I
You
couldn't
blocked
do
it, get punched, and then you're eating grab. Wait, this might be good. So overhead might be the real option here. So let's play with this.
Right. Nice.
I don't even need to bother away from the fact because they're dead.
Dead. Goodbye.
Sikander. Brutality combo. We might have just cracked because that's breaking armor and you can block confirm it into another sending 4 and then they eat that and then do it for grab. Or, God forbid, they don't block it get second time. So this is what you would get if I only get one Janet here. So Janet is gone here, hypothetically. So that's what you're eating alternatively. Oh God. Yeah, this team is... And then before you already could do this. I noticed you were trying to do something meterless. It's better to just do this because that's a block Vortex. You don't have to worry about wake up options.
Right.
So what I was doing before is something like this. So before the bus, I was already doing something like this with this team.
Oh hell.
So that's already a TOD actually. If I get straight, they're actually TOD anyway, and that's for no meter. I didn't spend a meter until the end, and I build that bar, so I always have the option to do that. Actually, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about because they could have nerfed the meter game. They could have shadow nerfed the meter game. So let's say. Oh, our super meter is already default. Spend 3 bars. I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Actually, no. Let me do it because I'm the one that did it. So, meterless. Let's skip the part right. Oh, they did nerf the meter gain. They did nerf the meter gain a little bit. You almost build a bar before you actually did.
Right, you almost build it. Yeah.
Now, what happens if you have a bar to begin with? Because I think the meter gain is different when you have more meter build it to begin with. So. Okay, they genuinely did nerf the meter game, but you're dead anyway. You don't really, so I don't even really need to go for the Vortex in the corner at least. Now in mid screen, that could hurt the absolute absurdity of this a little bit because I'm wondering now. Why? No. Yeah, I'm not building that bar back. God damn it. Terms and conditions. I should have double checked.
Yeah, too much. Too much shit right there.
Understudy.
So you do not build that bar in time. Ooh, don't do anything. Don't do anything. Yeah, online practice mode is so bad that most other fighting games don't even do it. And therefore, NRS tried their very best to make online practice mode work, but in every game where it exists, it's very scuffed. That's why I went out of my way to turn off the button log and the damage inputs, because if they were still on, the game would have crashed already. The game just cannot handle it.
Yeah, it seems like it. God damn it.
Understudy.
God damn it.
Understudy.
Yeah, that's why it's so hard for me to get my goddamn combo. Like, this shit is not that hard. Cause you be
Oh yeah,
hitting
there's
shit
also
that are
an
like,
extended input delay in online practice mode. So the delay timing that you're doing right now, that's not even the actual timing for the combo when you do it online.
right, that's the problem that I'm having. That's exactly the problem that I'm having. Cause I'm like trying to do the shit like it's offline, and I'm just like, nope, I'm too early. Like, what? No, that's the timing. I know it's the timing because I've been practicing it. I've been even playing it on the Steam Deck and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? But anyway. But,
Okay, so what else is there to go over? Because we just found out that this, like, this whole thing on blog might actually be the key. Because I wonder if this is OSing delayed wake up. Because I imagine if you delay your wake up, what would happen is that you would end up getting hit by the last hit of that too, or maybe you would just run right into Janet standing forward.
Probably. Yeah, you'll run into the kick.
Yeah, so you're still eating the next part of the mix because that's the real thing. And remember, you can confirm, so I'll be able to react to the fact that they delay wave by this switching and then just activate Janet's, save my ass. Yeah, so
Right.
This team, you're kind of cooked if I land that first hit at all.
Right.
And if I have 2 bars, you're dead no matter what. So if I have 2 bars with this team, no matter where I am, I could kill you right then and there. So if I have 2 bars at any point, you could lose the whole game no matter what your health bar is. Which is still
you're
great,
gonna
all
just
things
fucking
considered.
die. You're just gonna die. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to practice the combo that you showed me and try to see if I can make it consistent. But if I can't, I'll just stick with the one I have and then just like find a way to incorporate the triple clone into it. That way I can still do your heavenly strike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in general, I think you're not using the triple clone enough. Like, I understand like the way your game plan works of not using the clone, but the thing is, the triple clone, it doesn't harm the rules because if the triple clone works out, if the triple clone works out, it flowcharts into you not having to use the clone for the second time, but then you have the clone back. It all flowcharts into itself. In general,
right.
especially mid-screen, there's no reason not to use this triple clone set. Like, there's just no reason not to.
Of course.
Because honestly, there's no other good use for your meter, especially if you're using Serena, which is your main team. There's no other use for your meter with Serena.
I can't think of don't use it because it's like I try to use it like I break glass in case of the emergency. So if I need to make a comeback on your ass, or if I'm trying to murk you, then I'll go ahead and use it. But if I only have to, like, let's say I have 10 tools in my toolbox.
Why would you go out of your way to get the golden hammer when all you need is the bronze nail?
Right. Exactly. I'm not going to use tool number 4 if I'm beating your ass with the first 3 tools. You ain't going to even see tool number 5 unless I just get bored.
That's something that I need to like educate myself on because I will go out of my way to do the crazy shit I learned. But maybe that's just the content creator in me. I learned this crazy thing. I'm always streaming whenever I'm having to be playing this game. So obviously I need to show people what I can do. But then, like, if I'm doing something like that in tournament, I've basically given them the opportunity to I'm basically telling them, yeah, this is all I've got. Take this entire set to account. And in a double elimination tournament, you don't want to do that.
I want them to think I only have 3 tools. It's like, no, bitch, I have 10. You only saw 3 because you can't get past them. So then you ain't going to know what to do when I bring this 4th motherfucker out on you. And what you going to do about this 5th one? And now that by the time I done introduced number 4 and 5, you still ain't worried about the first 3. Now I can still loop them shits again because now you're worried about these new shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mental stack that you gotta, you gotta employ. Like, that's one of the problems that I see a lot of people have is that people be trying to do too fucking much in these matches. You ain't got to go after a motherfucker if you got the life lead for what? No. If you have the life lead, let them come to you.
Yo! Somebody actually did just donate to the Cash App. I did not expect that to happen this quickly.
Shout
I
out
thought
to
it was
that
going to take.
donator. Shout out to you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Hey, Jaden Penfile, if you happen to be watching the live stream, thank you so much for the support. I'm sorry for using your legal name. This would literally be my only way of like shouting you out. I can't just make up a random name because then how are you going to know I'm talking about you? I
Right,
could,
right.
but no, I
Yeah,
appreciate the love, Jaden Penfile. I really hope that's not a real name.
hey, maybe it is. Maybe that's his government or their government.
You
But
know, maybe I'm
shout out to
pronouncing
you,
it wrong.
man.
Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong because the way I pronounce it, it doesn't sound right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to give out game to those of you that are listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all to be better players too. Like, this is not even just about Sub-Zero. This is about playing any character. Like, do just enough to get by in the match. If your opponent can't get past your one fucking fireball in your one mid string, do that shit over and over and over again until they find a way past it. Then you introduce a third thing, see if they get past that, but all while you're introducing that third thing, keep using the first two things that were giving them trouble. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to sit there and be like, hey, look, I'm going to show you all 5 of my tricks all at once. No, 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 no. Fuck
Oh,
that.
the jeweler. That was the jeweler that just made the donation. Okay, the
Oh, shit.
jeweler.
Yeah.
Okay, the jeweler. Now that I know it was you, when I make in my next video, I'm actually going to show like a donation page where I basically show the people who donated. I will write you down as the jeweler. I should probably make a video explaining the donation goal now that I have this problem. Because what if everybody who donates me with their government, and then that creates a doxing problem?
Right. That's a good point.
You're gonna have to make a video saying, "Hey, when you donate me, give me an alias to call you, or better yet, make your."
Yes. Give me a nickname to use. That way I ain't got to sit there and put your business out in the street. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and if they
What?
break the rules anyway, I guess I'll have to like compromise by using an acronym.
Right. Yeah, because you want to make sure they get their props, but at the same time, you want to.
Understudy.
Protect their privacy. Because let me tell you, I have been doxxed before. It is not fun. Well,
Oh,
technically,
shit.
I wasn't doxxed. My parents' house was doxxed. I wasn't living there at the time, but somebody actually went and tried to find the home address of my parents because they did not like me.
Understudy.
Yeah, about 4 years ago, I was in this situation, right? So, how do I explain this now? I guess the hardcore truth? So, when I was 16, I did not know anything about the world, how it worked, or anything. This is important.
16-year-olds.
So, I hosted a tournament using the ad revenue I was making from YouTube. Here's things that I didn't realize were very important at the time that I was doing it. A, I was grounded by my parents because my grades were starting to slip because I was going through depression, blah, 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 blah. The reason isn't important. Just know that I was grounded. That's number one. Number two, my parents' bank account was the account that was issued through my YouTube. So all of the money I made went to my father's account, and he would have to make the active and conscious choice to go out of his way to give me the money that I earned. So what happened was because I, quote unquote, ran a tournament behind my parents' back while on punishment, he canceled the event. Except he didn't cancel the event because obviously he didn't have access to my laptop and he couldn't go on Twitter, pretend to be me, and say, hey, this is canceled because he didn't do his homework. So what happened is that I just didn't get the money because it wasn't mine legally. And the winners of the tournament that I hosted, they couldn't get paid. And out of embarrassment, I never told them the truth. Or at the very least, I didn't want to publicly announce the truth. I wanted to try and have a private conversation with the winners, but they weren't having that. And what ended up happening is that I started acting like a kid. No, that sounds like an excuse. I was acting immature. Because they weren't agreeing to having a private conversation and coming up with an arrangement, I basically just pretended like I did nothing wrong and told them to go fuck themselves. And then I got surprised when that same person decides to go on the internet and be like, yo, this person scammed me.
Right.
And it's like, no, that's not a scam, but also I didn't tell him what actually happened, so I can't get mad at them calling it that.
Right,
And
because they had no idea of knowing that it wasn't a scam.
yeah, and I did, I guess, the most mature thing I did out of that whole situation. I wouldn't even call it mature, it's just the most mature, which was not respond in any official capacity at all. I just let the situation happen. And 4 years later, no one knows, no one cares, and the few people who remember do not judge me personally for it, at least from what I've experienced. But while it was happening, there was a lot of hatred and toxicity going on. Hence the dogs.
Jesus. Damn.
What's worse
Well,
is that I have like circumstantial evidence to prove that the person who did it actually is a YouTuber with a relatively big platform, but it's not hardcore evidence, so I never went out of my way to say anything. Also,
Right.
it's would be heartbreaking if it were the truth, because this person is not only a YouTuber, but is a father. Like, from what I understand, this YouTuber is like a father. They have kids who are my age. Or not my age, but like 10, you know.
Oh Lord.
So, like, if they actually did that, that would be crazy. So I never bothered investigating, for lack of a better word, because it's like, I don't even want that to
Yeah.
be true, because that's just straight up disgusting.
It's one of those things where, you know, if you paid for it, you know, you paid for your actions and shit like that, it's probably best to just put it behind you.
Yeah, that's my
Unless you're
thing. Like, whenever
apology.
people bring it up now, and it's very rare that people bring it up now, my response is, no matter what you think happened or what did or didn't happen, I hope we can all agree on one thing. I did my time. Because let me tell you, the situation was not easy on me. In fact, I got into a fight with my parents about the situation.
Understudy.
Technically, I didn't get kicked out for the situation exactly, but that situation was like the spark to just me and my parents just butting heads in general, which ended up me being kicked out in the middle of me having to graduate high school.
Oh
So that was a
Lord,
whole
hell.
mess. So I most definitely did my time. You know,
Understudy.
play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Exactly.
Understudy.
What I learned is that I didn't know a lot about the world, because there were so many ways I could have gotten out of that situation. Number one, just not do it in the first place. I was grounded. That's number one. Number two, not have my parents' bank account issued to my own business. I could have just went on an app and made my own bank account. I didn't know I could do that at the time. Had I done that, that situation could have been avoided. I mean, obviously I shouldn't be doing things behind my parents' back. If I'm gonna do it, I should think things through. But I didn't,
Yes.
because I was a
Well, listen,
16-year-old kid.
you were
Like, I don't know.
You were young. I mean, hell, you're young now, but you were younger back then. So, you know, it's your brain was not fully formed in the frontal lobe yet,
Legally, my brain
and
isn't
it's
fully
not going
developed
to be until
now.
you're approximately 25 years old.
Ugh, I'm dreading 25. I feel like I'm supposed to have accomplished something by then. Hopefully, I just hit 100K by then. That'll make me feel content.
Listen, let me say this: don't compare yourself to nobody, especially not people from a previous generation, because the economy's not what it was in previous generations.
Oh no,
Society's
I'm not
not what it
that
was in
stupid.
previous generations.
Usually, the people I'm
Ain't
just
shit the
comparing
same.
myself to is like, I guess, I like create variations of myself, and then I compare myself to that. I do not compare
Nah, don't
myself
do
to
that.
others, especially older people, because like you had it
Nah, don't
easier. Do
compare.
you have any idea
Don't
how
even compare yourself to
expensive
them.
X, Y, and Z is now?
Yeah.
Oh, I worked hard and I bought a house. Yeah, in 1982.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like you cannot compare. Well, here's the thing: comparison breeds discontent. I ain't
Yeah, it's
never.
an
I mean,
inherently bad thing, actually.
it's
Now that I think about
inherently
it.
bad because either you got to put yourself down or you got to put the other person down. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm glad I'm not out here fucked up like that person over there. Like, you ain't got to say all
Or
that.
I wish I
That's
was doing as well as this other person. Like, there's no winner. There's no way at winning.
right. There's nobody that's going to win in that situation. You know, all you got to do is measure your growth. and aim to get better.
It's sad that this
Aim to
isn't
get
the
better.
popular
Like in
opinion.
fighting
There are so many
games.
people that do compare themselves to other people, whether consciously or subconsciously. And I know this isn't the popular opinion because whenever I just outright say, hey, I kind of just want me and all the other people I interact with to thrive, they think I'm a crazy hippie person that believes in happiness and rainbows. No, I just think that's the most realistic and mature way to think. Why would I
I
want
agree.
somebody else to fail? Even if there are people that I do not like, I am not actively wishing on their downfall because that right there, that's
No,
called obsession.
no.
That's why I
Well,
say
here's the
I don't
thing.
think I hate anybody because I don't go out of my
Good.
way to have people that I dislike on my mind. I mean, sometimes it still
That's good.
happens. Trauma is a thing, but like in
Right.
general, hatred is not something that I let guide my actions. At least not now.
Well, you're young. Like I said, you get much more patient as you get older because you start to realize that hey, everything ain't about you. You know what I'm
While we're
saying?
talking,
Like,
definitely try to get consistency on that combo because once you feel like you've gotten
yeah, you're
somewhere,
right.
we're gonna run a set. We need to get the subscriber something to watch.
Yeah. Try something.
Understudy.
God damn it.
Oh, and
Hard
speaking
to
of
do,
podcasts, I might make a post about this as well. But guys, would you actually genuinely watch a video where I'm just talking to people in the MK scene and talking about things? Because I could do that. Because every week I do
Yeah, I
these
could.
streams in the Discord where we're literally just talking anyway. Like the other day, we did this stream where we were ranking all of the cartoons from our childhood. So we ranked all the best cartoons from Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel. We can do that, but specifically for Mortal Kombat. Like we can do a Mortal Kombat
Oh, that'd be
podcast.
good.
I would just want to know that people would actually watch. Like if I could get 20 people to say they would consistently tune in for that, that would be enough for me to do it.
Hell yeah.
Because genuinely, we were not doing enough gaming. We were mostly just talking, and we still maintained like us like 50 people listening. So it's like, if y'all would actually just listen to us talk about things that are going on, we could do that. Like, I interact with a lot of people that didn't have opinions. Like AP Chem, you're one of them. There's this other guy called Nikosh. You might have heard of them.
Yes.
And I don't always agree with all of the people that I interact with, but that's a good thing because you know
That is a
you
good
need
thing.
to interact with people that you disagree with sometimes, as long as it's exclusively political, because it challenges the way you think and forces you to think
Yes, it
about things you
does.
wouldn't otherwise think about. That's why I like watching Nikos, even though sometimes he'll say things or have opinions that I think are disgusting.
Yeah, I agree. I fully agree because I don't always agree with Nick Ops's takes on certain things, but I definitely appreciate the fact that he's a successful YouTuber. We need him. We need him, and YouTubers like him that are just not going to go with the grain just cause. You know what I'm saying? Like that man says what he thinks, and that's
Oh,
something
by the
that I
way,
respect.
Mystical Answer was just confirming if it was actually you. Yes, Mystical Answer, it is Mr. AP Chem. I think they're confused because your account is still the fifth derivative. You got to change that. So I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie,
suppose so.
you call yourself three different things. Your YouTube channel is Mr. AP Chem. Your account is the fifth derivative, but you call yourself the Boy Booey. I got confused at one point.
Yeah, well, that's because those three things represented three different eras of my life. So the AP Chem came from high school. Like I literally made that account in 2007 when I was in AP Chemistry,
I think I
and
found your old
I
Twitter
just
when I
never
was trying to
changed it.
contact you, but it had no post on it at all.
Yeah, like I never changed anything on there. So that's the one thing. And then of course this fifth derivative name that came from when I was in college and I first started playing online. That was during the MK9 days. I was a math major, so I'm like, well, shit, I gotta have something having to do with mathematics in there.
Oh, I hate calculus with a burning passion. I thought I was a math guy until we got into
Not bad.
calculus, and then I just realized, no, I'm just a slightly smarter than average person in general, and I actually hate education in general.
Oh
I
lord.
mean, that's almost true. Obviously, I still want to be a teacher. I don't know. I'd be one of
Right.
those. If I do decide to become a teacher right off the gate instead of getting into game design, I'd definitely be one of those teachers that hates teaching. No, not hates teaching. Hates school. I'd be one of those teachers that hate school.
Well, that might make you extra valuable to the kids because they understand it. Trust me. There's a lot of students
Yeah, but I
who
would
feel
have
like
to
the
go
education
into
failed them.
I would have to go to like an elementary or a high school where you have seniority. Because if you have that mentality in college, you'll probably just get fired at some point.
Understudy.
And honestly, that mentality probably isn't popular in college. I imagine if you're in college, you should actually want to be there.
Yeah. Or you should want
Like
that
it's costing
career
you
that you're
money.
after.
It's costing you money now. Like, please actually want to be here.
Understudy.
For real. Nah, you're right about that. But, well, here's the thing. I'll say this about school and education. You know, there's a lot of kids that, you know, their potential is right there, but they're waiting for that teacher that sees it and taps into it. And oftentimes it's those teachers that do not have those squeaky clean, perfect backgrounds. You know, those teachers that, you know, don't have the white picket fence upbringing and shit like that. Those are the ones that can really reach the kids. You know what I'm
I'd
saying?
argue that most people don't have the white picket fence upbringing. Like, growing up, I always thought that I'm just going to be blunt here, all white people were rich or whatever. I'm starting to realize that no.
We got poor ones out here.
I'm beginning to realize that most people, regardless of race, especially depending on where you live, you were kind of either barely making it or you were
That's real.
straight up poor. And it's like
Oh,
the
yeah,
only
for
real
sure.
difference is the fact that I don't know. You don't know how to season your chicken. I think that's the only stereotype that might still have some truth to it.
Yeah.
All the rest is nonsense.
And socio-political differences, but other than that, economically, yeah, we're all in the same class, working poor. Yeah, absolutely, that's the case. And so that's one of the things that, you know, going back to your hippie theory, it's like we got to try to coalesce people together because we are of the same thing. We are the same. As much as
Yeah,
people don't
community
want
is
to
the only
realize that we're
way
the same.
we can survive in an economy built like this.
Nah. Oh my god.
Understudy.
You know, everybody just banding together.
Understudy.
It's why people actively try to. And this is like, I really don't mean to get extra political, but I do need to mention Republicans by name. People think that it's like the far left versus the far right. And I think most people that are in the quote unquote far right don't realize that a lot of the policies do not benefit them at all. It benefits rich people.
Oh my god.
It's hurting them, and they don't care because they think they're better than people with a different skin color or a different sexual orientation than them. These politicians are playing to the pride of these individuals and hiding, and honestly, barely hiding, I would say, barely hiding the sinister underbelly of it all, to the fact that they just want people who will listen to them and agree with everything they say, because there is straight presumption.
Right, that's exactly right.
Yeah, the Republican Party is not for the people at all. I don't think it, like, in terms of just policies and not name, I don't think the Republican Party has ever been for the people. I think the last time, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger would be a Republican for the people, but I don't know, we're not going to get the Terminator for president. That's just not going to happen.
Not likely. Nah, not likely. Well, the thing
that would be kind of funny, because we did get Ronald Reagan, but you have to be really old to know the movies he was in.
Yeah, you'd have to be super old. Well, here's the thing. People on a whole have to get educated on not only the purpose of politics, but, you know, the way that politics impacts their lives. You know
Some people need to know what politics actually is, because I'm not going to lie, I did not fully understand what it means, because people were using it in a very superfluous way, to the point where it's like, I'm not even sure I know what politics is anymore. Right. At first, I thought politics was specifically just governments. No, technically, politics is about anything involving the social world, kind of.
Yeah. Politics is about policies and the social implications
of everything that we do.
And that are built up by policies. Their effects and their causes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what politics is all about. And People can say, "Hey, I'm not political" or whatever, but it's like you are affected by political decisions. If you
And I
had to
don't
take
think,
standardized
and if you
testing while
get
being in school,
dictionary about it, is there even such a thing as being not political? Like we all know what we're talking about when we say let's not bring politics into this, but at the same time, like
ain't no
if we're
such
talking
thing
about
as
that,
that. Ain't no
exactly.
such thing as that. There's
Like
no
just
such thing as
say you
that.
don't want to have the gay debate right now, and just say that, and we'll be like, okay. Well,
Understudy.
don't actually say that because that's an invitation for the argument to happen. You mention it by name.
Right.
So that's what politics has become. It's just become the safe word.
Right. It
Understudy.
becomes pejorative. We don't talk about that here.
Yeah, yeah. Let's keep the focus on the game. I wish we could.
Right.
I wish we
Some
could.
motherfucker tried to say that on one of my videos when my Sub-Zero tech video about the polar palm. You know, I mentioned something about electing Skunk Tank to office and shit.
Yeah, you
And they're
made a
like, "Oh my
casual
god."
joke. They went out of their way to comment about that. Are you serious?
Yeah, they did. I'm like, bro, the video is 40 minutes. And it's all about Sub. You mad because I spent a half a second to troll that dude? You gonna not watch the whole motherfucking 40 minutes of Sub shit? Just so
Hating
that you
him
can, alright, bro.
genuinely isn't even political anymore. It's just a meme now.
Understudy.
Right.
I mean, I guess memes in some way are political, but that's in the same way that comedy specials are political. Speaking of which, I should go for a good Dave Chappelle one. I keep telling myself I need to start watching comedy specials again, but then I never do it. I think it's because when I watch comedy specials, they're too good at what they're doing, and then I can't get something done while I'm listening to the comedy special. Hell, I can't even eat while listening to a comedy special because, once again, they're too good at their jobs, and I do not want to be one of the idiots on the internet that dies from choking on food. I think that shit is
Right,
there.
that's what I'm saying. You don't want to.
Understudy.
Like, it's right up there from dying from falling down the stairs. Like,
Or guys that die from from shaking the damn vending machine and having that bitch fall on you.
okay, has that actually happened to somebody? That's actually kind of sad. I mean, it would be
That
funny.
shit happens.
It's one of those things that's funny only if somebody writes in the description the person survived, so you know it's okay to laugh, because that's objectively funny. Like, if I were to see that in real life, I'm not gonna lie, this might make me a bad person. I think my instinct would be to laugh, and then I would check to see if they're okay.
That's fucked up.
Understudy.
Honestly, I think half the things that we don't quite laugh at on Instagram, they are hella funny in real life, which is why those people thought to post it in the first place. Like, so much is actually funny if it's happening right in front of your face.
God damn it. Hey man, I don't like this damn jumping 2-1 shit. I don't like
Oh
it
yeah,
at all.
you're gonna die for it. Also, you're not making it easier on yourself by accidentally doing this forward 4. I hate using that move.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to, because the scaling is the same either way. Try to do the normal standing 4, so that way you're not gonna whiff. Because what's happening is that you're jumping forward, and then the opponent is going the other way.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, this is
here's
just,
the thing. I
I've
gotta
never
test
used
this
Janet
offline,
before
'cause-
jitters.
Yeah, I gotta test that offline. Because online is not the best settings to try to test that shit in because of.
Oh, yeah, you need
reasons.
to already have it under lock and key.
Yeah. But I'm not really crazy about doing the jump 2-1 in these Janet combos. I mean, obviously it can be done, but I feel like it's going to be a situation
Let's see if I
where
can find something.
doing it sometimes is going to get your ass killed. Or it's going to make you drop.
See, you can't get that last 4 to hit by just doing nothing. So, what you could do is... Almost. We're getting somewhere.
Fade out.
Why are you doing mad hits?
Fade out. Understudy.
I don't know. I'm
You
trying to
gotta
find
use the
something
forward
easy.
kick at the end. Whatever the last kick is,
that
use
could
the
work.
Fade out.
I just hate using that kick. I genuinely hate using it because it's ugly.
shield. Nah, you
So
gotta
what I
use that
wanted to
forward.
was make the Janet kick them into the clone. Maybe that could
Yeah,
work.
you gotta use the forward kick for that. You have
Okay.
Fade
to.
out.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not-
forward four.
Because this is just supposed to be something easy that you can do right this second.
Fade out.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good one.
Oh,
Ooh.
there we go. That's something.
That is
But
something.
what would you do after that? So
Slide,
maybe you could
probably.
dash in clone.
Oh, you trying to clone after that shit? Yeah, do that shit again.
Oh, there you go. And it does the same damage. It does the same damage. It's just
I like that. I like that. Whoa.
instant.
Ah, damn.
There you go.
like
I just
that.
found something easier for you.
I like that. So do it again. Do it again. I want to see it again.
Fade
I'm
out.
surprised that did the same damage. Okay, so you need there is no generosity there.
Fade out.
Yeah.
Understudy.
So you want to wait a little bit to do that last kick, just so it kicks them in the right position. Because if
Oh,
you
I
do
know
the
what
forward
you're
kick,
doing. Yeah. Like
if you do
you're
the
doing
forward
it
kick, he's
like
got to push him in
hella-
the way.
Fade
What would be convenient is if you could just dash in and clone either way. But you kind of can't do that.
Fade out.
So you really do just need to time that last gen as low as possible. Oh, see, that's annoying. I mean,
I know.
alternatively, you could do something like this. That's actually a thing. I just fucked that up. But that's incredibly ugly. And that would be harder than what you were previously already doing. So you just gotta find a way to time that Janet.
Understudy.
Wait, maybe late is the problem. Maybe it's early.
Fade out.
Oh, that was an accident. Try again.
Fade out.
Oh, no, you want to do it early because what can happen is that now you can dash in raw flow. Because they
Yeah.
kicked them early, they're not as far away. But sometimes
Oh,
that can
shit.
happen.
Fade
So obviously you want to learn the optimal eventually just for consistency, but this is something easier. Oh, that's fucked. But I waited too long, that's when it happened.
out.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Maybe you can get that more consistently than I can. I just made that up. I was surprised it even worked.
I'm surprised that it works also. Well, here's the thing. The idea is to find a combo that does the most damage and is virtually undroppable in any kind of, online conditions and shit like that, because
Oh, I don't think that's a thing. No, I still sometimes struggle to do the Sub-Zero Cyrex BNBs if the connection is bad enough. So,
Understudy.
oh
Like,
wait, I didn't think about the
this-
slide, so that could make this easier on me.
yeah.
No, it makes it worse. It makes it worse. Wait, no. Janet didn't go away yet.
Out.
I might be able to get a slide.
Oh,
There you go. And I did more
Even
damage.
better. Oh, shit.
I think we may have found what you were looking for.
Oh, shit.
Okay, if they're not like okay, so let's do this again.
Fade out.
Fuck.
Fade out.
Yep, you can dash in. I didn't dash in, but this is easy. You're gonna get this easily. Okay. There's a little bit of a tricky part to that last hit, but this is easy. You can
You
get
may
this.
have to try to do that forward kick again that you don't like.
You can do the forward kick if you want. I'm staying away from that.
Fade out.
I'm not even going for this now personally. This is for your sake.
I know.
Yep. That is what you go again. Okay, so you do lose out on 2%, but that's negligible.
That's negligible when you're talking about consistency. So,
And obviously, if you go for the damage there, you're still getting 50% on the dot. Did I even show the damage route enders? The damage route ender is basically normal clone into jumping 134.
Understudy.
In case you were curious, so like for a cash out. See, you gotta hold slide and then hold it.
And slide and then kick. Yeah. God damn it.
Understudy.
God damn it.
And then we need to get that Foxy Grandpa check on point because that's actually good, like really good.
Right.
Oh, you choked.
I know.
Understudy.
Okay, that was your first
Slide,
one.
and then
That was a third. So after the second loop, that's when you go into the slide. That way, there's still some Janet left.
Okay.
Understudy.
God damn it.
Understudy.
I hope it takes more than 2 hours for something to defrost because I forgot to put something in the freezer because I was just gonna heat it up as soon as possible.
Understudy.
Because I was supposed to actually go to the Publix today, but it took me so long to render that it was about to be dark, and I do not go outside. I do not get on the bus and try to go anywhere at nighttime, especially if I'm about to bring groceries that people can steal. I'm big enough to where people aren't going to rob me if they don't have a gun on them, but if they do, they don't give a shit.
Right.
Like, public transportation is convenient until it's nighttime.
Understudy.
You got to slide.
Understudy.
I know.
See, that's that old man memories messing you up.
It is.
That early onset dementia.
Hell nah.
Yep, no, it's just raw slide.
I got a raw slide. Oh, I got to slide again so that I can get the.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what makes it easy because it puts it in the perfect position.
Understudy.
The raw slide.
Understudy. Understudy.
Oh shit! I'm holding it when I don't need to. What?
Understudy.
Do you guys get upset when someone teabags you? Luckness Monster, I'm not gonna lie to you, if you're getting upset at somebody teabagging, you just need to stop playing video games. I don't think you're built for it. At the very least, you need to stop playing online. Yeah, that's what I got on accident last time, and I'm not even sure. I think that's forward 3. So let's say you just don't hold. So let's say you just don't hold R1. That'll happen, and then you might be able to, and that might make it even easier.
I keep trying to dash up after the bitch. Stop.
Understudy.
Even if you could dash up in time, the gravity would make the slide not link. So there's no point.
Understudy. Here
it is. You're gonna get it. I can feel it. I jinxed you.
Oh, I still have to hold the bitch when I did it. That way I don't kick the motherfucker.
Understudy.
Well, honestly, if you don't hold it, that might be consistent. I'm just so good at. Yeah, that might be consistent.
Oh.
Yeah, the reason I was holding it is because I'm just so good at it that it's harder to not do it now. It's like peeing my pants on purpose at this point. But for you, that might make it even easier. Yep, yeah, that's an easy instant clone.
Goddamn clone.
That's an easy instant clone. And it's like they're asking for you to do it. It's like, here you go. It's like Janet's like, here you go, do your clone. And this might be preferable to doing damage in almost every situation.
Understudy.
Like, I don't even think there's a point in knowing like the cash out routes because
Understudy.
he had to do the dash to stand forward.
Understudy.
I really did.
Understudy.
You might need those memory pills. You might not know.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I guess it's not that easy. Okay, I guess it's not that easy.
well, here's the thing. It's easy, but I'm not the one that came up with it. I'm literally going off of memory and shit. You did it. And I'm
I
trying
just
to,
made it
you know
up, though. I kind of just made that up.
Natural shit. Now, I have to go to the lab and really, like, fuck with that. But I do think that is consistent as hell. I think it'll be very, very consistent once you get it down.
This might be the new combo because
B.
this
I
might
think
be
it might
the
be. I
new
love it.
Sub-Zero
I think
team because first it was Chameleon, then it's Cyrex, but this could become the team. Especially if I go to an offline and start messing around with it. Like, all I need to do is make it past top 16, and this is officially dethroned Sikander, and this just becomes the team. Actually, I'm gonna feel bad because, especially in America, I think if I were to start messing around with Sub-Zero that well while also having a platform, I think the NRS community is gonna try to replace Sikander with me, which would suck. Because one, I'm a combo YouTuber. I appeal to all players, so number one, that would kind of just put me in a box.
Understudy.
And number two, that would make Sikander hate me, and Sikander turns to an evil monster if he does not like you.
Understudy.
I don't want him to start chewing me up,
Understudy.
for lack of a better word. Like he's worse than the stereotypical gay people are when it comes to chewing people up. He's worse than the black guy roasting you. Like, he'll start reeling into my insecurities, make fun of my... What if me is, like, objectively not that attractive? I don't know, I have a weird hairline. Yeah, you ever notice that my profile picture has glasses over where my hairline would be? That's based on a real picture of me.
Profile picture, actually.
Yeah, that's an actual picture of me. It was like drawn by a fan. It's fan art. People think it's AI, but no, it's fan art.
Oh,
Like somebody made that.
damn!
I will never change my profile picture ever.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, like let me see if I can find the tweet because I once Twittered a picture of myself to see a reaction. And it's literally, yeah, I found it. So I'm literally wearing shades over where my hairline would be. I don't even think I'm consciously insecure about my hairline, but I think that's something that Sikander could feel about me. Also, people say I am quote-unquote a straight Sonic Fox, but that doesn't work for a plethora. That doesn't work for a plethora of reasons.
Understudy. Understudy.
Could you lab Sub-Zero Frost with her new Frost cameo buffs? Sure, I could switch to that. At this, like as long as I keep. Wait, am I player 1 or am I player 2? I think I'm player 2. So.
You might be. Well, we'll find out in a minute. Yeah, you are, because you got the red Janet.
Yep, so Frost. So let me tell you something. The new Frost buff is the buff to this. It just comes out faster. This does not help the game plan of Sub-Zero Frost at all because this is Sub-Zero Frost game plan. Actually, Sub-Zero Frost game plan improved, by the way, because now I don't need to waste a cameo for me to start that set playoff.
Yes, that's a good point.
It's more expensive, but... Oh, wait, no. Even better, because now I can do this.
That's if you can get that damn shit, though. Oh, that's sexy as fuck, bro. Right, so you get 2 reps of that shit.
3, actually, because look at that. Pay close attention. Yep, she's back.
Jesus. God damn. That's some sexy shit. That's why you are combo
Yeah,
head.
this is my team. Like I invented this shit. I'm taking credit for this because nobody else is using this team
Hell yeah.
for good reason.
You-
It doesn't help. It doesn't help Sub-Zero's like neutral problems because you can play full screen with him really well. You can play up close semi well unless you're playing with an actual push character. But it doesn't help Sub-Zero when he's right here because I don't play Sub-Zero correctly, so I'm obviously very bad at doing what I'm supposed to when I'm right here, which is down doing. Because I'll do this when they can jump over it, and I'll do this they can jump over it, and then be shocked when I die. And Frost
Yeah.
doesn't help. This is just another thing they can jump over and kill me for. I'm supposed to just be doing this because this is a really good anti-air, and I don't do it because I'm not a good Sub-Zero player yet. So that's why, and that's the main reason Frost isn't popular, because most people don't even want to play Sub-Zero this way because it's very Sonic Foxy. It's basically your own version of Sindel Lao. And Sikander hates Sonic Fox and therefore hates how Sonic Fox plays and therefore hates teams that play the way Sonic Fox would want to play.
I don't know about all that. I mean,
it's hardcore
Sonic
stuff.
would definitely be interested in Sub-Zero Cyrax. Sonic would have a lot of fun with some shit like that.
Because the Cyrex bomb setups are not that good in terms of what your options are. What's good about Cyrex bomb setups is the fact that it doesn't go away. The setup itself,
Yeah.
Sonic Fox would not be interested. He wants something where there are no good options. If anything, I'm surprised he doesn't play Katana. Because Katana's game plan wasn't nerfed, her damage was nerfed. So Katana's still as good as she always was. Like, I could still play her if I ever needed to, I just wouldn't want to play her. Because she lost her combos, and that's all I really care about.
Yeah.
Well, why did I drop that?
Now, hey, why you keep using the damn why you keep using EX Deadly Vapors? Use the other shit.
I sometimes forget. I do straight up forget this move exists depending on the team I'm using, actually, which is not good.
Yeah. There you go. God damn. That
So
shit
the
is
way,
sexy,
so
though, I
here's
ain't gonna
so
lie.
here's some actual reasons this team isn't that strong as I found out anymore. So the way this move is supposed to be used is that you're supposed to use it defensively. So I don't know if you fully understand how Katana Jack's high level works, but there's this new setup where you throw out the wind bomb and just wait. Why? Because it doesn't go away on hit. So you're supposed to just
Right.
wait outer armor. You don't need to
Right.
armor break it. And Sub-Zero's Frost is the same way. So yeah, I can break armor with the back three into this, but I don't need to be breaking armor because that's not what I should be looking for. What I should be doing is just waiting you out.
And then it's too close if that happens.
Oh no, that will really ever happen because of how I open you up. But I'm supposed to just wait you out because I'm safe there. And if you armor,
Yeah.
I kill you. So let's say you armor here, hypothetically. I get a standing 4 into it now, and that does even more damage.
Yeah.
And once I know you're not going to armor, that's when I go for the strike or the grab, because I have that much time. But there are some characters whose hitboxes are so big.
Wait, they'll freeze. Oh shit, it's about to be 11. God, motherfucker. Shit.
Oh my god, I hope you don't have work tomorrow. I think I
I
have.
do.
Yeah, we might need to put this at a stopping point.
Yeah, we have to put this at a stopping point for right now. But yeah, listen, we gotta keep doing this. I'd love to do a podcast where we just shoot the shits about Mortal Kombat things and theory and shit like that. Because
Oh, definitely. There's a lot we could talk about.
yeah,
Like now,
'Cause
now that
think
I know that
really
I have at least
fucking with it.
now that I know that's at least a subset of my community that would listen, yeah, we can definitely do that. Like,
Hell yeah.
'cause I already have a stream set up, so we could either do it we could either just do a live stream, except it's a podcast, so I'm on my Discord or something, or it could just be literally this, except we're mostly talking and not really playing the game. And there's also an
Yeah.
actual podcasty thing, but I don't know how it works.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, just set it up the way you think works best, and let me know how, because my whole thing is I just want to be available, and I be working a lot. So like Tuesdays and Thursdays are a no go. Wednesday I'm gonna be tutoring somebody. Friday I'm gonna be tutoring somebody, and then weekends.
Is it
are
actually
typically
tutoring, or is
open,
that
but-
just your way of calling it office hours?
No, it's literal tutoring. Like I'm literally teaching the math outside of school.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, wait. So, are you a professor or a high school teacher or middle school?
I'm a high school math teacher.
Oh, okay. So it is tutoring.
Yeah. So, you know, but I be, you know, that's why, like, when people ask, like, why don't you play in tournaments? I'm like, motherfucker, when am I gonna lab? I was very fortunate to be able to lab over this break, but shit, I don't be having time like that.
And it's not even just about making time, because anybody could technically make the time with just the schedule itself, but it's also the nature of the job. I
Right.
mean, I
It's
guess
the
with teaching
nature of the job.
specifically, there's summer because you literally, your summer break, you genuinely have the same summer break. But here's the thing, as an
Common.
adult, summer break is actually kind of garbage because you're also not getting paid then, so you have to find something else to
Right.
do, or your savings need to be on lock and key. So how can I save up to go into an offline if those same savings are the savings I'm using so I don't have to work during the summer?
Right. Nah, that's not. Yeah, I mean, I ain't even talk about the money part. I mean, shit, I got a whole ass house, a wife, pets, all this type of shit. I ain't flying no goddamn where to get some
Uh,
possible money. That's no, no.
Now,
I
if
would
you
only
lived
way
in
I
a
would compete
city
is
where offline
local.
major was happening, that's maybe it's on the
Yeah,
table.
that's a little different. Like CEO in Florida, that I could attend. I could attend
Wait,
shit like
wait,
that.
wait, you're in the, and Florida's a big state. You're in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
Oh no, you know what? Obviously, he's asking a lot, but honestly, try to make it to CEO 2025 because I'm almost like 99%. I'm like 90% sure I'm going. It was originally 100%, but
Oh shit.
legitimately, I just got hit with a bunch of expenses because originally the donation goal was supposed to be for Evo because I was guaranteed to go to
Okay.
CEO, but now it's the other way around. I need a lot.
Okay.
The donation goal is smaller though. Like honestly, I'll go to CEO if I can rack up $250 in donations. Literally, I'm just worried
Okay.
about the cost of this one thing. So yeah, I
Yeah, I
will
can go
almost
do that. I'll go to
100% be at
CEO.
CEO. Like I'll let you know,
Yeah, I'll go there just to be in attendance and play and meet folks and shit like that. I'd love to do that.
yeah, I think it costs. I'm not sure how much it costs just to be a spectator. It might cost a lot because I know for Evo, you might as well compete because it's $200 no matter what, which is insane.
Damn.
But it might be different for other offlines I've never been. Evo
Right,
was
I
my
ain't never
first
been
and
there.
only offline major as of right this second, so I have no
Yeah.
perspective. I haven't even officially signed up for CEO yet because I'm probably going to do it last minute because
Yeah.
you know
So
donation.
okay. I mean, if you'll be there and others will be there, I'll go. Especially now that I'm starting to get a little bit more name recognition and shit like that. Like,
I'm going to try to see if
there's a
Sikander
lot
will go
of good.
because he said he wanted to go to at least one American event, and I kind of
Yeah, you
don't
need
want him to
to.
go to Evo because that's almost asking for something to happen. Somebody's going to swing on him. I just know it. It's not going to be Sonic. Sonic's not stupid, but literally anybody else just might.
Man,
And I'm
nah. Well, here's the
I'm gonna
thing.
feel bad for Sikander because yeah, he says stupid shit, but also he's not a fighter, and you can just tell. He also just straight up says it at many points. So I would actually feel a little bad if somebody was winning because he's not gonna be able to fight back. It's not
Well,
even a
here's the
matter
thing.
of
I
him
think
knowing
that
how to fight or not knowing how to fight, but it's like, no.
it's all internet shit. Like a lot of times when people get around folks in real life, a lot of that fucking internet toxic energy dies down on its own, and
I've
it
also
just
noticed that
sort of
most
has a
people who are
way
good
of
at fighting games are
deadening shit.
introverts and therefore awkward and therefore don't do confrontation.
Right,
I'm one of the
right.
few examples of an extrovert that's good at fighting games because I genuinely am an extrovert. I need to be around
That's
people
what's up.
24/7 to get anything done.
Damn.
Sometimes I'll be on a
Yeah.
Discord call with my friends when I'm editing just so I can stay active and alert and focused. It's
Yeah.
very annoying,
I mean,
actually,
yeah.
because it just
Well, I
makes
mean,
it to where you cannot be productive on your own. What do you mean it took me 8 hours to edit a 30-minute combo guide that it should have only taken me theoretically 3 hours? What have I been doing?
Jesus.
And then the ADHD makes it worse. And my ADHD
I
is
was gonna say
severe.
that's probably the main culprit.
I need to be on Adderall. I just don't want to get the prescription. It's too expensive. And I'm not
Well,
about to go
listen,
to a drug dealer
don't think
either.
that it has to be Adderall. It can be something else. There's other shit that they got out now, and you ain't
Oh
got to
yeah.
take it in such high doses or no crazy shit like that. I would just really, search your options.
Yeah, for now I'm just
There's your
dealing with it
option.
because, ADHD is an invisible disease. Now my autism, that's extremely high functioning, so I probably don't need to do anything with it. Really,
Jesus Christ.
it's just where the only problem my autism has is that I have this condition called tinea versicolor, right? It's not supposed
Mm.
to be itchy, but whenever I get a flare up from that skin condition, I will get itchy because my
Oh
skin is
Lord.
shedding. Like, look up what
Oh
it
Lord.
actually is. It's actually common. You might even have it yourself because it's not like a disease. It's literally like a developmental condition that happens with people who have a certain type of pigmentation or a type of fiber that grows as they develop. It's very common with black people. But
Oh
most people
Lord.
only have it in you know, pit areas or maybe like their shoulder or something. My case was so
Hmm.
severe that it was all over my entire body, and I looked like a damn shrimp when I was 17. Took a whole
Oh
lot of
Lord.
medicine. It's also
Jesus.
why I hate the heat. I used to live in Vegas, right, for like 6 months. One of the main reasons
Hmm.
I left was because of the heat. I would be outside for 20 minutes. I am sweating, and then I turn into a damn Loch Ness monster. It's awful.
Lord hell. Hey, listen, let's save this for the podcast because
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
could
probably gonna
easily
burn
burn
this
some
part
more
of the
hours
stream.
talking with
I'm
you.
probably gonna burn this part of the stream. Actually,
Yeah.
that's another thing I hate
All right,
about my.
man.
I don't know if that's an autism thing or an ADHD thing, but I often overshare.
It's okay. It's quite all right. Well, listen, let's continue this conversation because I am very thrilled with what I've learned today. I love the idea of collaborating with YouTubers such as yourself and stuff like that. I love that. And we need to, I want to officially welcome you to the sub community because I've loved Sub Zero my entire MK life, and we need people like you playing him.
Most definitely.
So,
So
hell yeah.
officially, when should be the next time we do this? Because I just want to put a
So
date in the ballot.
officially, I mean, I'll
And
be
I'm gonna be
tutoring
honest, the
someone on
weekdays are
Friday, but
probably worse for me than it is for you because you already said your weekdays are pretty bad because being a teacher and all.
yeah,
Mine might be worse because remember that video Johnny video I was talking about? Yeah, those are
yeah.
full length combo movies that I haven't even started on yet. Yeah, that Johnny video had to be re-recorded because that was the only video I did in advance, and the footage got deleted because my PlayStation deleted all of my storage and it deleted a
Mm.
few other things. Blah 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 blah. Long story short, by tomorrow and day after that and day after that and day after that, it's going to be filled with editing videos that are supposed to be almost an hour
Lord.
long in one
So,
session.
so then we just need to shoot for Sunday. Then how about that?
Oh, that would be the worst. That's when Shang Tsung is coming out. Do you know how long that video is going to be?
Oh Lord.
The
Okay. So
thumbnail
how
literally
do
says longest combo video in fighting game history. To give you an idea, there's a combo video made by a YouTuber named Check4900 that is 2 hours and 37 minutes long.
yes.
So my video is going to
Lord
somehow be
hell.
longer than that, or at least it's supposed to be. If it ends up being shorter, I'll change the thumbnail. But here's the thing: we can technically do any day. It would just have to be late night, like after I theoretically premiere, because these premieres are set for like 7 o'clock, 8ish. So it would have to be like right after it. So 8:30
Okay.
ish, 9.
Yeah.
So literally
Well,
the same
that's
time as today. So I guess I could do
okay.
any day. The time is what's important.
Just the time. Okay. So then let's shoot for Friday then. Friday at like 8:30 or some shit.
I'll say yes, but tell me what's a good last minute alternative because I'm worried that my best friend doesn't want to celebrate his birthday on his actual birthday and it ends up being a Friday thing.
Oh, I see. What about Saturday, same time?
That might be worse. You know, let's just do that
What?
Sunday after all. Let's do that Sunday after all as a backup plan, with the initial plan being Friday.
Okay.
Because he can't do
Okay.
both.
All right. So Friday, and if not Friday, then Sunday.
Yep. And honestly, if we're
All
gonna make the
right.
podcast and thus just having the game a separate thing, I could possibly do it on Thursday and Friday too, because I have a feeling that I might also end up doing a drunk stream. I'm
Yeah.
not a very avid drinker, but my best friend is, and I'm a social drinker, so blah.
Yeah. I mean, you. I'm not gonna be able to do it on Thursday at all because I'll be getting
Tutoring,
home
that's
at that
right, that's right.
time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hopefully we just celebrate his birthday on that day because that's when his actual birthday
Yeah.
is. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Please get some
Yes,
rest.
indeed. Yes, indeed. I just wanted to answer one of your commenters' questions. Hold on. Yeah. All right, you guys. Combo Heaven, thank you so much for inviting me on. We'll try to do this again later this week then.
Oh, Kita United. I see almost no YouTubers saying the guide or input or how to do Liu Kang Ninja Quarter combo on MQ.
Yeah, my bad.
What Ninja Killer Quarter
Yeah.
combo? I don't think Ninja Killer
All
has an
right. I'll
iconic
catch y'all
combo.
later. One.
Kita, if you just there's gonna be a Liu Kang video out on Friday, so maybe that'll help. If you're talking about a guide, I think I'll make a ninja. I think I'll make a Liu Kang guide at some point. I just don't have an exact date mapped out. I don't know when it would happen. We could try for April. I don't know. My answer is I don't know. Oh, Luke this monster. In that case, let me go ahead and end the stream too, so you guys can do not have to force yourselves to stay up. Because honestly, it's 11 o'clock. I haven't even eaten yet, so I myself probably need to end the stream so I can eat. Blah blah blah. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much if you also went ahead and watched the Johnny Cage Ultimate Combo Book, and now my left stick is messing up. Oh, I really hope the guy that said he was going to donate $100 wasn't bluffing. I really need a new controller. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Please watch the Johnny Cage combo movie. It's going to be the first installment of the Heaven Festival as a celebration for 20,000 subscribers. Every video is somehow going to be better than the last. So believe me when I tell you we're just getting started. I love you guys, and Combo Heaven out. Stay combo, guys.